Okay.
It says going live. I'm live, I'm told. Hello. Welcome to the stream. I know there aren't many people in the stream yet, but if you're watching this on the VOD, then I need to say things at the start so you know that this was a live stream. It is not just a
I
video.
have to say things at the start. You could just have it be silent and people would probably get the message.
Yeah.
Dude, let him finish the intro, man.
Usually what I do with my streams is I'll put up a countdown or something, so then when you're watching the VOD, you're like, oh, the stream's starting in 5 minutes. I know to skip forward exactly 5 minutes. But then I forgot what software I used to do that, and I could not be bothered to find it. So we're just doing this live. Hi, I thought it would be fun to make a Pokemon-themed crossword puzzle. You could probably figure that out from the title, but let me give you some context. So Cerebi, everyone's favorite, I forgot the word crossword in my search. Everyone's favorite, it's not my favorite. It's a lot of people's favorite Pokemon website. They put out Pokemon-themed crosswords occasionally, and they're these massive things, which, I love me a good giant crossword puzzle, something crazy over the top like this. But let's be real. Look at this thing. It's not a good crossword. You have so few intersections, so few checked letters between the words that it might as well just be a list of trivia questions, right? It's not a crossword puzzle. The fun of crossword puzzles, there's lots of fun things about crossword puzzles, but the fun thing is, even if you can't get a word, as long as you can get, all the perpendicular words, all the checked letters, then that, gets you at least part of the way towards getting the word that you're going for. But let's look at this clue. It once carried a ship to a port. I bet you this clue is some trivia from a Pokedex entry or something. And if you know that, you can just write it in. If you don't, though, then you've just got this one checked letter to work with. And that, it's not good enough. It's a bad crossword. And so that's what I want to try to do today, is to make a better Pokemon-themed crossword for some definition of better. All right. So let's do that. Did I prepare? Hold on, give me just 1 second. Okay, yes, I'm prepared. So let me give you some context for what I'm going to do. I have a couple friends on Discord who are Pokemon experts. Would you like to introduce yourselves? Resident Pokemon experts?
Thomas, you probably know me from the Chess But Good video. If you don't know that video, this guy made a video called Chess But Good. It's terrible, and I'm in it.
Yes, that's true. Peter, do you want to say anything?
I'll pass.
Okay, excellent. Let's just get started. This stream might go terribly. Is how I'll say. Is how I'll start this off. I've made some crossword puzzles before, and I've made crossword puzzles with my friends here, but it's mostly I've never made a puzzle with the intent of publishing it. It's always just been for my friends, and when you're making puzzles for your friends, you can do inside jokes and you can plagiarize clues, and so on and so forth. But we're gonna try and make at least a half decent puzzle today. That's my goal. Something that people might actually want to solve and enjoy solving. And a good puzzle, I think, starts with a good grid. So this, if we look at what Crossword Compiler offers here, the Cerebi puzzle is what they would call a freeform / vocabulary puzzle, where basically, you give it a size and you don't actually create a grid. You just give it a bunch of words and things and stuff and Pokemon. And I should have prepared. And actually, I can grab a word list here. I can take Pokemon, take my Pokemon words, click build puzzle. And it's it's still thinking. There you go. This is approximately what the Cerebi crossword is. Although honestly, this is even better than the Cerebi crossword.
This is better.
It has many more checked letters. I bet you the way the Cerebi crossword was created is that they took a list of words, wrote clues for them, and then dumped those words into some software that then tries to fit all of them, together into an interlocking grid like this. And even if you had the best software in the world to do that, there's only so much you can do if you're trying to fit every single word. So the nice thing about what crossword compiler is doing here is you're giving it a massive word list, and it's only filling in some of the words. To try and fit as many words and as many intersections into the grid as possible. But this isn't even that's not what we want to do. We want to actually design a puzzle from scratch. Well, not completely from scratch. We'll probably use one of the pre-made grids, but using actually a pre-made grid, and then manually filling in the words, and thinking about what the intersections are and stuff. And so to that end, we've got two options for what style grid we want to use. So there's the American grid. And this is, what you're used to in like the New York Times or the Wall Street Journal or whatever. It's an American, what you would see in an American crossword, in an American newspaper, where the defining characteristic is that every single letter is checked, meaning every letter belongs to two words at once. And this is great for creating like cool puzzles with like interesting theming, like interesting gimmicks and stuff. If you do New York Times puzzles, you'll see some of the fun gimmicks they come up with, but that's not necessarily what we want to do. And the problem is, it makes it harder to fit in actually themed words. Like our goal for this crossword should be to have as many Pokemon words as possible and as few filler words as possible. And so with an American grid like this, you're going to end up with a lot of filler words, right? There's just no way around it. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just not what I'm trying to do here. So I think instead what we'll go for is a, cryptic or a quick style grid. So this is what you'll see in like British newspapers for cryptic crosswords. But then, there's also the like quick crosswords, which have, more traditional like American style crossword clues. But then it's just this sparser grid. And, if you look at one of these example grids, you can see typically the pattern here is you have like every other letter, more or less, of each word is checked. And so it's not like an American crossword where you can actually fill in words that you just don't know at all by getting the checked letters. You do at least have to know or be able to intuit every single word. But, compared to something like the Cerebi crossword, you're going to get a lot more help doing that. And so now the question is, what grid pattern to use? Right? Because we could use one of these pre-filled patterns, or we could make our own. And oftentimes when I'm doing an American crossword, I will make my own grid. And the nice thing is they're, rotationally symmetric, so you only have to do like part of it, and it'll fill in the rest for you. But my problem is I've never actually made a quick crossword grid before. Oh, it doesn't even have options.
That would be cool.
What?
Can you go back to the previous selection screen?
Which this
You
one?
see how there's a shape option? No.
Oh, this
Cancel.
one. Yeah, the shapes.
Yeah, you see how the shape? You should make a shape of in the shape of like a Pokemon or something.
That would be great. And if I had significantly more time, I would probably do something like that. But I don't want to spend too much time on this. And also these don't.
Not just like input. Can you not just like put in like an alpha mask or something, and then it would just make the shape?
No, I think we would have to like actually go in and use the mouse or cursor keys to select squares you want to remove, then press Control Delete to remove them and give a non-square outline.
You have to like learn how to draw Pokemon in pixel art.
Why don't they just do normal things? Like,
hey, maybe the newer versions of Crossword Compiler have that feature. That'd be a nice feature. I have not paid for their subscription.
It looks like it might also end up being very small crossword if you do that.
Yes, that's another problem. So I kind of want to start with one of these smaller puzzles.
I think a pre-filled cryptic, or quick.
And I was thinking about doing something fancy, like trying to draw a Pokeball in the grid or something like that. But the problem is
this software open source?
No, this is paid software.
Ugh, disgusting.
See, the problem is they don't have any pre-filled grids for like 17 or 19, so you'd have to go up to 21, which honestly isn't even that bad. Like a 21 by 21 American crossword would be quite large. Like that's a massive like Sunday-sized puzzle.
Oh yeah.
But with the quick crossword, it's only like 50 words, which now that I'm saying it out loud, that sounds like a lot having to come up with.
It could be a lot. We don't really have a frame of reference for what a lot is.
Yeah.
How many words is the Cerebi puzzle? Looks like about 100 to me, but
Let's see. It goes up to 93 across 97. Hi, Jordan. You're on stream.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
this wasn't the appointed time.
Let's start with this grid and let me see if I can like reasonably draw like up, because what I'm thinking is like if we had this Pokeball shape or something in the center of the grid, then that would at least give us like a little section of the grid that is more, American crossword style. This is not a circle. Yeah. I'm not making a circle here. Yeah, something like this. Is that recognizably a Pokeball?
No.
I mean, it just looks like a face, but that's because of human brain.
It's not a circle is the problem. Like, you can see the outline of, like, what is meant to be a circle of sorts, but then the problem is it, like...
It's symmetric first, so, you might need to fix that. And regarding that line in the middle, you need to like make it go all the way across for it to look like a Pokeball, except for the center, of course.
Something like that looks more like a Pokeball. I like this.
It does.
And it does help us some with like where you've got
one word that's the entire height of the puzzle, but that's fine.
Yeah, we could wall that off if we really have to. Presumably that would be the word that we fill first.
That does make it look even more like a Pokemon.
I'm just curious. I'm not gonna do the automated fill because that's no fun. But I just want to let it do an automated fill, and see what it comes. It couldn't fill the grid. Okay, that's not promising.
Does that mean it cannot be filled with this word list?
Yeah. We've got too many intersections. Like you can see here, the words it couldn't fill.
What if we just make what if we allow filler words?
Again. What if... Oops, not open. New. Cryptic 21 by 21. If I start with this grid again. And then... auto... Okay, not with default options, though. Is it just because I messed up the grid? Like, was it fine
because you, like, blocked things off or something?
No, it's just these long words are too much for it, I think. So let's see if we wall those off. It still is upset. But what if I wall off the Pokeball a bit more? See, the problem is we're not giving it enough filler words. Right, that's what I need to do. So if I give it filler words, so Pokemon words.
So then you'll end up with filler words inside the Pokeball, which is ironic.
So the way I've set up these word lists is the Pokemon words should be scored higher. So it should prefer them. But this makes me think my plan of like having a bit of American style crossword in the middle.
The sacks.
See, like it does an okay job. You get like Breloom and Decidueye intersecting there.
Yeah.
But then like IRC.
B, my, T, NS.
I'm gonna say let's not do this.
Don't put a Pokeball in it. It's too hard.
Let's go back to the original plan, I think. Whoops. Do you want to save? No. Oh, it's got all of these open. I thought it would be closing them as it went. Let's just make a small puzzle. I think that's a good place to start. It's our first time trying something like this.
Yeah, it is.
I like the look of this puzzle. Like I don't like aesthetically the puzzles that have the little what do they call it on like a castle? Little bits sticking out. Like I like
turrets, the parapets. I don't know. I
like being able to get the first letter of a bunch of words. Ooh, yeah, something like this. We've got these long words here that give you the first letters of all these down clues and all these across clues.
Yeah.
So I like that. And then let's again just do the autofill just to see how good a job it does. But then we'll fill the words manually ourselves. Beep boop 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 boop. Christoph Jones. Maximum. I don't actually know what the optimization option does. So this gets support words like Pokemon, Pearl, Omastar, Ekritique, Owns. That's probably a filler word. Heatran, Detat.
Now you can own Pokemon.
That's true.
Yeah, it's doing a pretty good job there.
So let's start filling. Let's start filling in words. Hold on, I have to. You know what? You learn the annoying things about crossword compilers. Once you open the word filler, you can't move the program window anymore. I'm also going to minimize Cerebi and other things. Okay. Words fill grid. Let's start filling this grid. So we want to use those word lists. I think they're the ones I've set up. So we have the Pokemon words, which I guess I could have shown like what my word list is that I'm using. I don't actually know what word lists. Is this it? Pokemon. Yes. So I just kind of we put this together before the stream. It's just a bunch of Pokemon words from like Bulbapedia. A lot of them are quite reasonable. They're things like Pokemon names and stuff. And, you know, like different types of berry, for example. Some of them are less reasonable. Once you start getting further down the list, you just get like random key items from games and stuff. And like abilities and stuff. Abilities are reasonable. But yeah, this is the nice thing of manually filling the words. So manual word selection, and I think we should be good to go. Okay, so yeah, we're probably going to start with these 4 longest words.
The long ones, yep.
Oh, and then, yeah, obviously if you're watching the live stream, it's going to spoil the crossword, which is, you know, is what it is. I'm hoping people in the chat will be able to, like, give suggestions and stuff, but if not, if you just want to see it happen, that's fine. And then afterwards, obviously, I'll post this on Twitter. Or whatever, and I guess on YouTube, I guess. So all of these long words, I think, are the same length.
Yep. Looks like it.
Yeah, because no, they're not. These 2 are shorter.
Right, if they were, they'd all have the same list, right? So.
Yeah. So let's start with what will be 1 across. That seems like as good a place to start as any, and then just keep in mind that the word opposite is going to have the same length, so it's going to be pulling from the same list.
Yeah.
So we have Therian form. I honestly don't remember what that is.
You don't know what that is? Okay, well, with the E on the end, it's the Britishization, right?
Yeah, I tried to add Bulbapedia to WordWeb, and it just is such an old browser. Like, Bulbapedia doesn't even render correctly, so I don't think we're going to be able to use that, but we do have Bulbapedia.
I don't know what Therian form is.
Therian form. That I actually don't know.
I think it's only a thing that like Thundurus and Landorus and Tornadus have.
Yeah, they added this in like Legends Arceus or something, right?
Yeah, or Black and White 2 or whatever. Yeah.
What did they add? Where does it say? Reveal glass. Oh, it was Black 2 and White 2. I never played Black 2 or White 2. So there we go. I probably shouldn't add things to my own crossword that I don't know.
Yeah, probably not.
We've got Bramblegast. I know what Bramblegast is. Crabominable.
What about stretchy form?
Stretchy form. What is stretchy form?
I have to imagine that's Tatsugiri.
Yeah, that's probably right. Stretchy form. It's not a form with an E though. Stretchy form. See, I'm not going to add things to my crossword that I don't know.
Rage Candy Bar.
See, we have family of 4 here and family of 3 here. Like the mousehold forms.
You could.
That would be funny, but like you would want to, if you could get like all. I guess the fun thing to do would be to make them all forms. So we'd have like Therian form and. Or like stretchy form, family of 3, family of 4. And then would we get a 4th one here is the question.
Some other sort of form.
Yellow plumage. I mean, it's That must be from the Pokemon list. I don't know.
Walkabilly.
Yeah, probably. That's just not a very good answer, though, compared to like
No,
Family of
it's
Three.
rather boring.
Let's see. So maybe the
Jeez, it
idea of
really wants
doing
to
all
go plumage.
forms isn't the best. We could just start with like Poltergeist.
Yeah, no, doing all forms is horrendously boring. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, having a Pokemon name I think is good, and Poltergeist I think is probably a good one. Let's start with
That's
that.
a pretty good one.
See
You
where it
put
leads
it,
us.
put it on top.
Okay, now it's trying to do those
Oh, right.
check letters, but
One
I
thing
want
is
to
going
do
to
like
be good at
this
chain reaction.
next because that's going to start like forcing things potentially.
Mhm.
I like the idea of having Family of Three in the in the answer,
Yeah.
as an answer. I have no idea what the clue is going to be for that, but we'll figure it out. And it might be misguided
Any sort of crazy
to like
clue that you want.
get all of these first, but I feel like the longer, like there are going to be more options for the shorter words
Yeah, probably.
probably. So I'm inclined to go for the longer words first.
Yeah, it's almost like a trivia of just how many of these things do you actually know what they are.
Can you edit the crossword grid as you're like manually filling out the grid with words?
Yes. I mean, I think we'd have to close out of this thing and then edit the grid and then go back into the thing. But yes, we can do that if
You
we
should put
have
another
to.
Pokemon on the bottom like you did on the top.
Yes, that makes sense. Something like Bramblegast or Squawkabilly.
What's a Pokemon that's farther down the list with a worse fill score than Bramblegast and
Well, it's not
Squawkabilly
thinking
and
far
what?
enough ahead. Like the way
Oh,
the
okay.
scores I have are just all the Pokemon names get 100, everything else gets 90, and then the
Oh,
filler
okay.
words are just naturally like
Yeah, you could
50
put
or below.
Bramblegast or Crabominable. Yeah.
Yeah, so like it's not if we were further into the crossword that it would be like forcing other words and thinking ahead, then it would tell us, what words these words are then going to force, and then how that affects the skill fill score
Yep.
and stuff. And it occurs to me I have my face cam covering part of the grid. I'm not even looking at the
Yep.
stream. Tells you how good of a streamer I am.
Anything that fills airtime for free is welcome addition to the show, I'm sure.
Okay, let's speed this along. Let's write in. Oh, see, look here. We're already starting to get some forced choices.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Ooh, it's 555. Repeating digits.
These don't look like great options. Let's not do Bramblegast.
It is a little hard for me to tell what those are with the resolution, but I can see them if I squint.
The Discord stream being like 720.
It's okay. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about that.
Let's go with Crabominable for now.
Seems fair.
And then again, it might be misguided to go for the long words first, but that's what makes sense to me.
So put Family of 4 over there.
No.
Oh, no, I guess you can't put Family of 4. It doesn't fit.
Longer.
Yeah.
Like we could do Yellow Plumage, but that just seems impossible to clue.
Pokemon Ranger.
We could do Pokemon Ranger.
It would make 2 words end with O.
That's fun, but it doesn't seem to be forcing things too early yet. Let me see. I mean, we have lots of
Terra
options.
Starstorm, that's a good one.
Where is it?
That's right below Pokemon Ranger, Terra Starstorm.
Terra Starstorm. What even is that? Is that just a move? Oh,
I think it's a move that whatever it's called can use. Terrapagos.
Terra Starstorm. Yeah, it's the signature move of Terrapagos. See, again, I feel like I shouldn't add things that I don't know what they are off the top of my head.
Yeah.
But Pokemon Ranger. Pokemon Troze. And see, the nice thing is it avoids the Z being...
Now it makes 3 words ends in O.
Ooh, that's spicy. It's a little spicy.
Yeah.
A little spicy. Pokemon
Could do it.
Master. Lots of ways to clue that.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to do Pokemon Master. We'll do it for now. We can always, back out. Okay, and now we're finally going to start getting intersections, and this is where we might come to regret having done these longest words first, which I feel like is maybe not the best idea.
Yeah, there's going to be about 2 options for Pokemon-themed words from here on out.
Yeah, especially for these like long things. It'll like here we're at least lucky enough that we got one Pokemon-themed thing. Yakberry. Do you know what a Yakberry is? You're the berry expert. I'll
Yeah, I do know what it is.
Okay. It's gonna force oceanic, Olympic, open mic, organic, osmotic.
Oceanic and osmotic can be Pokemon words.
Yeah, like that's the thing with the filler words is you gotta like think about how you could clue them in a Pokemon way.
But actually, can you just link your YouTube stream? I can't see shit.
Sure. I mean, it's on my YouTube channel. You know what my YouTube channel is.
Yeah.
That'd be faster than me linking it to you.
So yeah, you can use Yachiberry or whatever. Yachiberry is what I say.
I feel like it might have been a mistake to do these first. I'm going to leave those be, and then we'll see what it fills here.
Good idea.
It didn't change anything. Well, it got rid of...
No, that one would not be changed. Why would that one be changed? It's still starting with Y.
Well, it got rid of the other forced word thing.
Oh, I see.
Although I still don't know how I feel about these options. What if we go
they're
back
all coming
to
from the Poltergeist up there.
family of 3. Let's just try other things. What would be good? Oh, is it offering Pokemon Ranger here? Because we have Guardian signs. We could have Pokemon Ranger on the left, Guardian signs on the right. That'd be kind of fun.
See Pokemon Ranger in this list right now, though.
It should be.
Pokemon Silver, Pokemon Master. It was near those on the other side.
There it is, Pokemon Ranger.
Why did it?
Let's.
I guess it gave it a lower score.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure how it's sorting this. Let's again. I might be making mistakes trying to go for a
Yachiberry.
Guardian signs.
The Yahtzee berry.
Okay, let's see what sorts of things this forces. Okie dokie. I mean, you gotta have okie dokie. But then what is this?
Sure.
Hail. Hail's perfectly acceptable.
Yes, it is. It is. Yes, it is.
Oh, and it doesn't. Hail doesn't even affect anything. That's the nice thing about these quick grids.
Yep.
Sometimes a thing will force a thing, but then that thing just won't affect anything else.
Yeah.
Olivine City. That's perfectly reasonable. Although you could also do
I've never heard of that.
It's a city.
I believe it.
In
at this point, I don't remember most of the names of the cities. Okay.
You could also reasonably do like origami, but see that's forcing something.
I can't think of an origami Pokemon off the top of my head.
Porygon.
Well, we could do like Origins, like Pokemon Origins, the anime.
Like the series. That's a good one too.
Yeah.
I think the point is we've got options for this guy, so we don't need to force anything yet. Let's go to this long word. Oinkalone. That's a good one.
Oinkalone. Yeah, it is.
The Ore region. But is that the one that Guardian Signs takes place in? I don't remember.
Ore region.
Oh no,
you
is that
know
like
better than me?
Ore region? Is that like Colosseum? Yeah, this is.
Yeah, I think you're right. It is Colosseum.
Yeah.
Ore region. Yeah, Ore region's gonna be Colosseum.
Yep.
Automatons. Like, if you want to get into like YouTube things, people cover Pokemon songs using this instrument. Like that would not be a good.
Yeah, Odd Incense is better than that. I at least know what Odd Incense and Odor Sleuth are.
Okay, so Oinkalone is going to force. I don't even know what this word is.
I can't read that word well enough from here. Otson?
Or Omicron or opinion. Those aren't.
I mean,
great.
opinion is always going to work, right?
Yeah, I mean, we could clue opinion one way or another. Odd incense.
That would work.
Gives us more options, including like trolling. 1,000. We can probably clue 1,000.
Those are Pokemon words.
One way. Let's honestly, I don't remember what the odd incense
1,000.
is.
I mean,
I think it's I think
order
it's
magnitude.
psychic moves.
Let's put odd incense in. Oh, okay, and this
So,
is
so you could put in 1,000, right?
Oh,
and
wait,
1,000 is
I
like
wasn't-
order of magnitude of the Pokemon that are released.
I wasn't looking down here. It's
Yeah,
odd
probably
incense is
is.
forcing omitted. You can see it in the
Omitted can be
grid
a
there.
Pokemon word very easily.
It could. Let's sort by fill score. What gives us the best possible fill? 1%. Is there something in Pokemon that is like exactly 1%?
Yeah, the odds of Focus Blast hitting. Peter knows.
Oh, no, I
I
don't.
mean, it's called Focus Miss for a reason.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything that's exactly 1%.
It hits about as often as like a one-hit KO move hits.
It's a little bit higher.
You think?
Yeah, 1K kill is like 30%.
Yeah, it's 30% to 70, but in practice.
I mean, you know what they say, if it's not 100%, it's 50%.
Someone in the chat's pointing out pickup tables
That is
have
what they say.
1% fines. Joey's Rattata is in the top percentage, not 1%. He doesn't say 1%.
Well, that one does have to go in.
Let me sorry, give me just a second.
What else is 1% in Pokemon?
I'll just mention, because people in chat are complaining about the AI thumbnail. I can't actually change it now. Otherwise, I would just remove it. But it's the problem with doing a live stream is, normally for a thumbnail, you just grab something from the video. But for a live stream, you haven't done the live stream yet. So I don't care. Crossword Pikachu is cute. So be it.
Nothing wrong with him. He's just having his coffee.
Yeah. Let's see. So, yeah, these all look pretty bad. I mean, oceanfront.
They do?
Or something.
You can make a lot of these things be Pokemon words.
Yeah.
You think?
Yes, pick any one. I can't read them well enough.
Overtrains.
Very easily
Feels
done.
like the most Pokemon
That's kind
thing.
of not really a word, but
It's not
it does
really a word.
apply. It's like if you're EV training your Pokemon, you max it out and you just keep fighting things that drop that EV anyway.
Or deposit.
I'm sure there's.
That's like
It's probably a
Carbuncle or something,
location-related thing.
Yeah, it's like it's like a digging in the tunnels in Gen 4 thing or something.
Carbink? Or deposit.
I guess that is an ore deposit.
It's an ore deposit. And that'll
I
let us
didn't
get
think
all
about
of
that. I didn't play
non-city.
Gen 6, man.
It'll give us Thomas's as a word.
Like the English muffins.
Oh, Dunsparce. The 3-segment Dunsparce is a 1% chance. Someone in chat pointed out.
Is it? 3-segment Dunsparce is one. I didn't know that.
I bet we can find some clue for 1%. Or we could give multiple options or something. Let's put in 1%.
No, that's a good one.
And then what is Olivine going to
They're right. They're right. Absolutely should. So if you can fit
Trophies.
I don't think the Dunsparce is going to fit anywhere else on the puzzle, but
Two-toned. Took Uber. Took over Toolshed. Thomas's. I would love to get Thomas's, but this is crossword for public consumption. If it was crossword just for you,
there's
I'd say
got to be Thomas's in the game. I mean, I'm not an expert on what the trainers' names are, but
that's a good point.
Well, we could use two-tone
Thomas.
and also,
two-tone's doable.
This is Thomas.
It is?
Hello, Thomas.
Okay.
Would you like to be in my crossword?
You don't have any idea what generation he's even from.
He attended Johanna's
probably-
my very first Pokemon coordinator class to learn about the basics of being a coordinator. He was initially rude with Ash and his friends. Ash's friends. And he in particular bullied Dawn's Piplup. I now know what generation.
He
he's
probably
from.
just liked Dawn.
So this is an anime-only character.
Yes. Brock later
Well, there's
explained.
not any other character in the games or the anime who's named Thomas, ever.
Let's find out.
There's no random trainer, there's no twins, there's no nothing.
There's a person who worked
Ladies and
on
gentlemen.
Destiny Deoxys named Thomas Mance. There's Gentleman
What?
Thomas, who appears
Okay, that's a battler. Okay.
in a game.
Okay, well, there's
in
at least
some
that
game.
much.
There's a Black Belt Thomas. Yeah, I mean, there are random trainers, policeman Thomas. But there's no possible way to clue that. Brock later explained that Thomas could not express the fact that he liked Piplup properly, and in frustration, he resorted to teasing to get his attention.
Dude, this
So
guy
we're not
just...
going to do Thomas's.
No, we're not.
Let's go
Boy,
with
that kid's
Olivine.
got...
And it
That kid's
hasn't
got some
forced
learning to do.
anything yet, but then this is the next most. I think it gives you the most restricted word next, which is good because it means you can't go too deep. Two-faced. Now let's do like Erica, which is nice. But is two-faced?
Two-faced works nicely.
Can two-face? There's not like a move or something called two-face.
No, but there's definitely some Pokemon that could be
Oh yeah, Pokemon with
said to be that.
two faces, not this one. But,
Doduo has two faces.
yeah, if we just come up with two Pokemon that or have like two heads or something.
Does Claydol have like how many faces does Claydol have?
I feel like Claydol doesn't have any face.
It has, I don't know what it has, but there's like Girafarig.
Yeah,
That's
So
a
you can
lot of
say
space.
Girafarig or Doduo. I think is a perfectly,
Yeah.
perfectly,
It is.
especially you have the check letters, right? So you'd have T O A.
Oh, and Oswalus also. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's perfectly good. Ooh, Grimmsnarl.
Yeah, isn't there also coughing or coughing?
Oh, Wheezing. Yeah, Wheezing is two faces.
Wheezing. Yeah, Wheezing.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, people in the chat are giving us more. Yamask, Mawile. So we could just give a whole list of two-faced Pokemon.
Yeah,
and you can figure it out.
Mawile. Yeah, I mean that's. Yeah, it is.
Okay, so Grimmsnarl is the only Pokemon word it's offering here, and that's gonna force some things, like I got you. I got you. I ask you. I beg you. I bet you.
These are all things you say as the Pokemon ball is
I
wobbling.
owe you. I see you. Is it you?
Is it you, Dad?
Emulator. That'll make Nintendo upset. Smoggier. See, these are good, except for this I thing here.
Yeah.
Which could instead be Inkay, but then that would force get a line on or get down pat. It would also force Tokelau.
Yeah. Damn.
So I don't think this is going to be
Pokelau.
Inkay. Let's put in Grimmsnarl here. And then
Get down, Pat.
let's look a layer deeper. I got you is a thing you could
Yeah,
say
that's-
after catching a Pokemon.
Yeah, it is.
But that's going to force these words.
Toyotas.
Toyotas.
Toy shop.
Toy shop. Toy with. Try it on. Tripsin.
Lots of
Tristed.
yeah. I think it's Tristed.
Tristed. Yeah, that sounds more like a word.
Of course, I can't think of what that would mean right now, but having a tryst, had a tryst. I mean, you could do toy with or toy. There's probably a toy shop in a Pokemon game somewhere.
What does that mean?
Hey, can we do thymine and then do something with like evolution or?
Dude, do you think Pokemon have amino acids? No, that's not an amino acid. That's a base. That's a DNA base.
Where'd my bulb is? Thymine.
Well, there's definitely DNA because there's a fucking DNA Pokemon. Sorry, language.
There's a battle subway trainer named Thymine, which is
There is? Why?
not something someone would be able to get.
But which Pokemon's the DNA? Oh, it's Deoxys, right? Deoxys is the DNA Pokemon.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe.
So Deoxys has to have thymine in it.
I mean, yeah.
Thymine. It's one of the four. It's the T in DNA.
Yeah, it's a nucleotide. It's not an amino acid. Yeah. No, it didn't even give you AI generated.
And this is all presupposing that we do I got you.
It is.
Right.
Let's Smoggier, but then Inoil and Inorg.
In oil. Is there a Pokemon that lives in
Yeah,
oil?
like in oil.
Let's is it gonna let me Fill sequence. How do I kind of want to not have done guardian signs now.
Wait. So instead of in oil,
Change it.
we could do in org, right? Like in an organization or something, I guess.
Uh-huh.
And that could lead to a lot of clues that can, possibly get that.
Such as?
Huh?
Such as?
Like, something about one of the evil teams. Like they're an organization.
I'm gonna.
So if you're
It's a stretch, but it could work.
Down. I'm gonna keep those in mind, and then I'm gonna go back here and not have done guardian signs. Oh, that just did it from the start.
Oh no!
Why'd it do that? Okay, we started with Poltergeist. Let's see, it actually highlights the ones that we had. This we had be Pokemon Ranger. I liked what we had. I think Guardian Signs was just screwing it up.
Do you think Pokemon are carbon-based life forms?
Probably, I don't know.
Why? Do you think they might be silicon-based?
Then we had Oink
It could be. Yeah.
Grimmsnarl.
Like the Ultra Beasts. Maybe the Ultra Beasts are silica-based.
Maybe steel types are silicon-based.
This was Olivine.
Mm.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
I had Oinkologne somewhere else, I think. This was Olivine. And then this was Okidogi. This one ended up being...
Peter, you know Sandygast and Palisand, right?
Yeah.
The Sandcastle ones? Those are definitely silica-based.
Yeah.
And then Two-Fist.
I just realized there's actually some more well-known metals. Like there's lead and tin down the periodic table.
Mm-hmm.
So they could hypothetically also form similar structures to carbon based off of their, like valence band.
Yeah.
So those might be like, steel types and whatnot.
Yeah. What about cobalt? Can cobalt do it?
No, cobalt is not in the same position in the periodic table.
Ah, damn. But there's a Cobalion, though.
Okay, we've got Scovillain. Let's sort by Phil score first. See if we get anything. Screamed at is a funny one.
Screamed at.
Screen idol, account day, McMansions.
There's a gym leader who's a screen idol.
Oh.
You know which one I'm talking about.
I know. But like that's not a thing I say. Is that a thing people say?
That's the beauty of the crossword. You got to take things you wouldn't normally say, and you realize, well, I actually could say it about this.
Let's see.
Dude, what if this list had terms from the Pokemon trading card game in it?
Let's start with Screamtail, because it's the highest, the Pokemon word with the highest fill score.
Right.
And then see where we go from there. Then this will give us Necrozma, which is perfectly reasonable. And it'll give us Echidna. Or Electra. I mean, there's lots of words here. So let's...
Yeah, that looks doable.
See what it's offering. Erotica. Probably not. Exotica.
And that's very applicable to Pokemon.
Expedia. Is Eye of Ra. Is this sorting?
A lot of these look like a bit of a stretch.
Erotica has the highest fill score.
Yep.
You don't say.
You know what? I mean, what if we just put erotica and the hint being the Vaporeon copy pasta?
You know, that's not the direction I wanted to go with this crossword, but I can't deny it would work.
I can't believe that's the first thing you thought of. There were so many other lower hanging fruit, and that's the first one you came up with.
Let's go back to not do Screamtail, because that's what's forcing Erotica. And you know what? Scovillain's gonna give us the same problem. Scatterbug, however, gives us Egg Bomb.
Oh, that's good.
Egg
That's
bomb.
good.
And that in turn is not forcing anything yet.
Good.
Okay, storm drain. We've got some flexibility over here. Storm drain, Eternicity, Starfberry. What is a Starfberry?
It's a berry that's shaped like a star, but I don't remember what it does. Probably does nothing.
Let's find out.
Some berries do nothing.
Not thymine. Did we end
Chat
up putting?
might know.
We didn't put thymine in the puzzle. Starfberry. It's a type of berry. It randomly raises the holder's attack, defense, special attack, special defense, or speed by 2 stages when the holder's
That's a fun one.
drops to quarter or below.
That's a fun one.
I don't know how you would clue that without just using the word star. And is the F? Yeah, the F is the unchecked letter. So like if you don't know what a starfberry is, you just have no hope.
Right.
And see there's enough people complaining about the stupid AI thumbnail. There's going to be more AI in the stream. The clues are going to be AI generated. Let's be clear here. I know we haven't gotten there yet, but enough people complaining. I'm just going to make a new thumbnail so people stop complaining at me. I will screenshot this. Zoop. I will paste it into Microsoft Paint. I will save that on my other screen. Let me just do this off screen so I don't show. It occurs to me I wasn't looking at the camera when I took the screenshot, which is not very do a stupid YouTuber face. I'm behind the stupid thing.
Nice.
And now the thumbnail is a thumbnail of me creating the thumbnail. Beautiful. Save that as something.
So it's going better than the Cerebi puzzle already.
Yes. That we cannot deny. Let me edit the thing. Customization. Do details rather. Change the thumbnail. See, I think the Pikachu's cute. I'll miss him. Oh, actually, I have the last Pokemon crossword. I forgot about this. The last time I made a Pokemon crossword. I've done it once before. Edit your images using AI. No, people will yell at me. Let me just use this as the thumbnail. Then people will get intimidated. I posted this on my channel, like on the community page a while ago. This is what I was like showing in Crossword Compiler, where you can make a vocab puzzle, as they call it. Where you just give it a list of words and it fills it into the grid like what Cerebi did. So I just gave it a list of all the Pokemon, all of them, and then the Pokedex entries as the clues. And I posted this. I can probably find it. I posted it on my community tab, but specifically I posted it as a like a Squares.io like collaborative thing, so like people could get in and like solve it together. You can see people filled out pretty much the entire grid.
Oh wow.
Yeah. The problem I discovered, and you might find it in here somewhere, is that there's no way to type like Nidoran male, and that's one of the answers, and it just won't let you type that. So it's not actually possible to finish this crossword. Anyway, that was the last Pokemon crossword I made, and so that's the thumbnail now. So no one can complain. It is just as AI generated, like it's just completely computer generated. But people will stop yelling at me.
Okay, so Starfberry's probably not a very good thing to put.
Starfberry's not a good option. Storm Drain's probably fine. It's an ability.
Yes, it is.
I think I know what it does. And now it's giving
a doubles ability, mostly.
Giving this long one. So we have Metagrossite, which like is pretty good. I'm just not 100% sure how to clue it. Mirage Forest, I don't remember what that is, and that seems to
I can't think of what Mirage Forest is.
Swagger Stick, which sounds like something from Pokemon, but it's not from the
Swagger
Pokemon
Stick?
word list. Mirage Island, though. I like Mirage Island, but that's gonna force
Mirage Island.
Hill,
Is
Edge
that
Tool. Do you know what Mirage Island is? It's wild.
It's like where it's where well, I mean it's where one of those like mythical Pokemon lives, right?
Is where
I mean,
Why Not appears, I believe. In Gen
oh,
3,
why not? Okay.
it has like a 1 in 8,000 chance of appearing just randomly in the middle of the ocean.
Wow.
I would love to have that in the crossword, but then it's going to force Edge Hill, Edge Tool, O'Donnell, which
O'Donnell.
I don't know. Let's Metagrossite is giving us the best options. So even that Amalgam, Blue Gum, Dark Gem. Is that even a Pokemon thing?
Yeah, it is. There was gems in what was it, Gen 5 or something? Or Gen 7, one of them. There was gems. It's like a one-time consumable item that buffs a move of that type.
Let's put in Metagrossite.
The only one that ever got used realistically was the flying gem by things that use acrobatics. The rest of them never got really used by anybody, I don't think. But you could like find them on the ground randomly.
Okay, so Dark Gem or Sand Gem?
I don't know what Sand Gem's a town. That's what it is.
Oh, Sandgem. Yeah, that's a town. What is that town?
That's a town in Sinnoh.
Sandgem Town.
Spoiler. It's where you meet Professor Rowan.
Oh yeah, that's reasonable. I mean, I didn't remember it, but
Yeah, I mean, I played a lot of Gen 4, so I knew it.
that's a thing I would expect people to be able to get.
Yeah, that one's a relatively easy town to get as towns go.
Let's use it, see what it gets us. So this forces us either 19, which would then give us Trout, which is reasonable, or 90s, which forces the same words, or non-asset, which is
I don't love non-asset.
not clueable. I mean, one thing we could be doing, right, is I haven't introduced this yet. I set up this AI thing where we can call out to it'll call out to simultaneously ChatGPT and Claude, and it'll try and come up with Pokemon themed clues for the words. The intention is not to use these clues directly because they're usually not very good, but it gives at least some inspiration to see, like, is there some Pokemon leaning we could do here? So I'm going to type in non-asset and see if they come up with anything good for us. I'm going to bet.
Honestly, that is the best use for these generative AIs for clues and stuff.
Okay, worthless item like a burned berry in Gen 2. Something that Magikarp's splash attack might be considered. Liabilities office. Okay, so some of them are Pokemon. I told it to do some Pokemon themed, some not Pokemon themed. Like a level 1 Metapod with no moveset. See, those I think would be reasonable in an American crossword where every letter's checked. But for a quick grid like this, I think the words should at least be gettable without.
Yeah, you have to have too much specific knowledge to fill in the blocks.
So let's see if it can come up with anything good for 19. I'll also, meanwhile, search Bulbapedia for 19, which is not looking promising so far. But, I bet someone in the chat can tell us something Pokemon related.
Wait, there's no way there's exactly 19 EVs, right?
The 19 what?
EV.
19. What would be 19?
Platinum can connect with 19 other games. A total of 19 Galarian forms were introduced in Generation 8. See, that's just like random trivia.
Yeah.
There are 19 baby Pokemon.
Really? Jesus. Man.
That's still
I don't know if I needed to know that, but...
1, 2, 3... Wait, is it...
Okay, I think doing 9T, like 90, is easier.
Yeah,
because that's a common accuracy.
Well, 90s is like, the decade Pokemon came out. That one's very easily clueable. But here we go. Here's some this is what you do with AI garbage. Number of moves a Pokemon could learn in Gen 1, 19.
And you include the Roman numerals of it after.
Yeah. Generation that introduced Yamper and Wooloo. Generation 19.
Oh yeah.
The root.
Total
that's
HP
probably-
stat for a level 5 Rattata with perfect
that
IVs.
might be true. Is there a Route 19? Is it memorable? Kanto Route 19. It's that one. Remember that one?
No.
No.
Okay, let's go with 90s. Okay, then what do we get down here? Educates. Editions.
Editions.
They
Editions.
do they still always use edition in the title of the game? Like, you know, Pokemon Yellow was Special Pikachu Edition. Edition.
Mm-hmm.
Editions.
There are editions.
That is a perfectly reasonable word, if you ask me. Attract. Oh, look at this. We got options. Attract. Aqua Jet is gonna force words that I don't want in my crossword.
Yeah.
As a test, asphalt. You could like clue asphalt with like Reverum. What is it? How's it?
Reverum?
Is it Reverum?
What does it have to do with asphalt that drives on it?
It drives on asphalt.
Fair enough.
I mean, that's not the best clue in the world. We could go with attract. It has a decent fill score. That's the highest fill score? Airlift. Aerobat.
Quadrifloon does to children.
Well, I mean,
Airiest.
acrobatics, you know.
Yeah, that's reasonable. Analyst. Ailment. Ailment has
I
a
believe
high,
that says aliment.
you know, this is why you're here. Otherwise, I would have put that in, included as ailment, and we would have
Yeah.
we would have been in a proper mess.
You know what your aliment is?
No.
You don't? You don't know what your aliment is?
Is this a real thing?
I think it's your stomach.
Ah. What were we talking about putting in instead?
Well, attract, and then
Oh yeah, attract. It's just the
acrobat was the other one that was up for grabs.
Oh, okay, but now that we've not done this long word,
Gerrymandered.
gerrymandered, speaks English, mountain biker, speak Mandarin, smart contract, lightning rods is reasonable. Daddy long legs. It's
It
gotta
is.
be like a Pokemon.
Yeah.
Revolving door, Queen's English, American Dream.
I like
What
these.
Lieutenant Surge has at night or something.
Yeah.
Spirit animals. Okay, there's some good options if we scroll down. They just have lower fill scores. They have, like force words and stuff. Questionnaire. Said
There's a lot
no
of
one
answers to what
ever.
Lieutenant Surge has at night. Sorry.
Complex number. Anachronistic. Utter nonsense. Valentine's Day. Like, a lot of these I could clue. It's just a question of what is actually a good word. Biotechnology. Super Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
There were no Pokemon games on the Super Nintendo, were there?
I can't think of one, but you
That
would
could
know
be
better
the
than
clue,
me.
though. Like, console with no Pokemon games.
Yeah.
Because, like, what
That'd work.
Nintendo consoles don't have Pokemon games? The NES, the Super Nintendo, and the Virtual Boy.
But look, you're probably going to get something ending in a U there. That's not probably
Yeah, I mean, you
good.
can say this is forcing lots of things. Some of them they're quite reasonable, though. Trout, Title, Erica. And this takes us back to I Got You. Canadian Geese,
right.
President's
Should go do
Day.
it.
Ursula Andress. I assume that's a person.
Oh my god. We just had that in a puzzle the other day.
American Idiot. American Flags. Hydrodynamics. Is that not a Pokemon move or something? That's gotta be.
It's not a Pokemon move.
Hydro. It's got Hydro Pump, Hydro Cannon, Hydro Vortex, Hydro Bloom, Hydro Fury, Hydro Steam, but no Hydrodynamics. Really seems like it should be. See you
there.
in court. Oh man, you could clue that.
That'd be good.
It wouldn't be a good clue. Oh, did any of the protagonists have a Super Nintendo in their room? Someone asks.
I mean, the clue would just be Pal World.
Yeah, like something about Power World. What's
Fucking
Super
hell.
Nintendo Entertainment System? It's got an article. Whoopsie.
See you in court.
It's cartridge-based console. Blah blah blah. It had Pokemon games. Oh, there was a Satellaview game. Monthly coin-tossed Pokemon card magazine. Do we count Satellaview games? I don't even know what the SF memory cassette is. I know what the Satellaview is, but this doesn't even have a Wikipedia link. Picross. This doesn't even count. This is not a Pokemon game. This is just Picross. Whatever this is. And then Super Game Boy, that doesn't count. And then, yeah, in Gen 1, you had a Super Nintendo.
You had one in your room. Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. So that is a perfectly reasonable clue.
Yeah. But does it beat See You in Court?
Someone in the chat is suggesting One Hit KO'd. I'm not sure if that's even in this list. I mean, it's probably not in the list. Does it fit, though? ONEHITK. No, because that N is in the way. That doesn't fit. What was this? Sorting by this. Okay, so if we do Super Nintendos, which I need to find it again. I should have just kept it alphabetical.
I don't know. I kind of like the see you in court.
See you in
idea.
court. Again, if it was an American crossword where every letter was checked, I'd be more inclined to do it. Also, this is
Seeing
gonna
You in
force
Court is a more American thing anyway.
Cool Air 2 pair.
2 pair.
Like a poker hand.
Yeah, like what you got in Texas Hold'em, yeah.
Okay, but what is Super Nintendo for? Super Nintendo.
Why aren't there any Pokemon that play cards?
Wait. Hold up. I'm gonna research something. I'll get back to you on the clues.
Okay. I'm gonna put in Super Nintendo for now. And then this, I feel like it's got to be. Oh no, we're back into the I got you thymine intersection.
Yes.
I beg you, please don't.
I beg you.
Like, you can clue it. Again, you could do the Deoxys thing. But that's not a good word to have in a Pokemon crossword. I want to make a good crossword.
It's the name of a trainer in the subway.
It is a trainer in the battle subway, as we've learned. Thymine.
It's not good, yeah.
It's so bad. That's such a bad word. Again, if it was an American crossword, I'd be totally fine with it. But the fact that the H and the M and the N are just
So
not
there
going
seems
to be
to be
checked
no
letters.
way to avoid having a Y appear there.
Oh, well, unless you want to do Inkanu or Igalsu.
I don't know what those are.
It really wants that Y there. Like,
The only way out's going to be to change Super Nintendo so it doesn't end with U anymore.
You're right. Let's go back to Super Nintendo. Let's try See You in Court. Well, no, See You in Court was forcing something awful as well. Let's see. Functionality.
See You in Court can be the title of your last video.
Indispensable.
After you get DMCA'd.
See You in Court. I'm curious what the AIs will come up with for thymine. I mean, we have...
Wait. Okay, indispensable. We could So yeah, we could use indispensable, and its clue could be something like like something about meta moves. Like what is like a move that you must have in X or Y team or something like that.
You could. It's clueable.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they say
It's gonna force
maybe you'd have to
I'm already
look this up
or
or quote me
am
on it, but I
already
think when they
low.
introduced the concept of an escape rope in the games, they basically tell you you have to always have it, or they might even say it's
Okay, but
indispensable.
it's forcing this nonsense, so we don't want that. Okay, and then see you in court was forcing cool air and 2-pair. Otherwise, quite reasonable. And of course, who knows what some of these might force in other things, but see you. I like see you in court. I'm liking it more.
Yeah, I like see it in court too.
But how do we pick clue?
Cool air is probably more doable than 2-pair is.
2-pair.
So two
So, yeah,
pair
it comes
like
up with-
could be like plus some and minum or something like that.
Cool air has to be like the sign a certain Pokemon is nearby in its Pokedex
here,
entry or
that's what
something.
the AI came up with.
Doesn't it say that about like Gengar or something? It's
The
like,
AI gave us plusle and minum times 2.
Well, why don't we just say like plus some and minum, Latios and Latias?
So I honestly kind of like this clue. Plusle and minum times 2. Because it's like math. Plus, minus, times. I would like it more in an American crossword. Where's it going to be in the grid? It's
at the
going to be
bottom.
down here. 2-pair. Oh, it's also going to force Tutto. That's worse. I don't know what that means.
No.
Tut to. Like to tut to someone.
Tut.
Someone in the chat suggests psychoanalyst, which I assume was in the list. Psychoanalyst, that forces total, which is quite reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
Amniotic,
Psychoanalyst, Pokemon.
amorphic, like these are reasonable. Empathic, but yeah, how do we clue psychoanalyst?
There's probably a Pokemon that likes to psychoanalyze people.
Okay, person in the chat who said we should use psychoanalyst. Tell us why. I can't think of what the clue would be. Expert in Ferd's Field. Yeah, okay, these are not the Pokemon themed things. Okay. We have Pokemon
Hypno's dream job, perhaps.
Hypno's dream job, perhaps.
It's kind of a good one.
Like Sabrina might have been if she chose medicine over being a gym leader.
It's not wrong.
Like, sure. Lucario. Like,
How have we made it this far in the puzzle and there's no gym leaders in it yet? I guess it's just because it's not very big.
yeah, I mean, there's only like 30-something words.
Yeah. There could be a bigger one later sometime, perhaps.
Psycho. I'm glad we didn't do the giant grid like we thought. Psychoanalyst. That's forcing total, which is totally fine. Okay, then we've got some cool options here, which don't force too many things. I feel like we have options here, so let's see what this I word is. I mean, there's so many things here. Let's go with the one with the US options. Amnesiac is what you would be after using amnesia. Yamasumak
Yamasumak.
is a word.
Is it an English word?
Yamasumak. It's a person.
Okay.
I still don't know how to pronounce it. Ima Sumac. I don't know who that is, and I don't think they're
Okay.
Pokemon related. Empathic is reasonable. Amniotic.
Emphatic.
Just gonna see if that word amniotic.
Amniotic.
Yeah, reniculous. Or
There's an
renuc.
egg. Yeah.
Reuniclus is what I was thinking of when I saw the word amniotic.
Yeah.
Duosion and what is Rabska? This guy.
That is a weird Pokemon, man.
So, amniotic is reasonable to me. There
Yep.
gives us I.
Oh my god. Italy ending in I.
Oh, this was it's emphatic and empathic are two things. Amorphic. Amorphic is reasonable. I bet that appears in something.
Amorphic.
I bet that word appears on Bulbapedia. It doesn't.
Amorphous is more the actual word you would use, but yeah.
Amorphous is an egg group. It's an egg group. You know your egg groups, right?
Actually, I kind of do.
I feel like we could clue amorphic.
Yeah, that's for the Pokemon that have like no body plan or whatever.
There are plenty of Pokemon that are amorphic.
Yes.
Hold on, I'm getting a phone call, but my phone is also my webcam, so I can't really do that.
I got a text from a Florida number saying they'd take me out to dinner tomorrow night.
That's fun.
Yeah, I didn't answer.
Okay, let me look through these options for amniotic because I like the idea. I feel like I can come up with good clues for amniotic.
Yeah.
Inari. Isn't that
Something with 9 tails, possibly?
Oh yeah, that's like the fox spirit thing. That's
Yes,
what
it
Ninetales
is.
would be,
Yes, it is.
right? But if it
Why
appears
do you
on,
open a tab with this random woman's name in it and then just leave it open?
she's gone.
Like-
Now they don't specifically say, except for like Landorus.
Inari. There's another fox Pokemon too besides Ninetales. Nickit.
What? What did you call me?
Nickit and Thievul. Those are fox Pokemon too.
How do you even spell Nickit? I did not remember this thing exists. I still don't remember this thing existing. I'll be quite honest with you. It's in Gen 8.
Yeah, it's from Galar.
Does it like only appear in the one I didn't play?
I doubt it. It was on Route 1. Usually things that only appear in one version aren't on Route 1.
Let's see, game
Or whatever
game
it's called.
locations.
The first place.
Yeah, it appears in both. I just do not remember. I vaguely remember the name Thievul.
Yeah, they're the other fox Pokemon besides Ninetales. That's the only reason I bring them up.
Okay, let's go to. Jordan's gonna be upset with me for not remembering the Inari when I like literally just went to the Inari Shrine. So Inari Okami is what we're trying to clue here. In theory,
It is?
the fox
Okay.
spirit. There's also Mount Inari. You know, the Inari Shrine is an Inari in Finland. It's also just a person's name. But I think if anything in Pokemon, it would be the Inari like spirit. And like that's clueable. Here, let's see what the AIs come up with. Inari. It's thinking real hard about this one. I don't think they actually take longer to think when it's harder. I like when they just make things up entirely. Pokemon Legends Arceus setting, blank city. Like, no, it is not. I mean, we can clue it, right? You could say, like, you know, blank Okami, possible inspiration for Landorus or whatever. Like we can clue Inari. So
Can. I don't.
then that occurs to me
Yeah,
that's going to
it
force us
can.
the A here.
I know what that is. That's a Gen 5 city.
Okay, let's do Amnesiac. And then let's figure this out. Inari. Oh,
You'd have to do amniotic to get the
Amniotic
I.
is what we wanted. Inari.
That's Irani.
Idaho's.
That's Irani.
Oh, you're right. Thank you. Inari. There he is. Still gives us Idaho's.
Idaho's.
Italics would give us Thistle and Twister.
Wait,
very,
what
very
if we do
clueable.
italics and then we clue it in with something related to unknown or something? Because, they spell letters, right?
Ooh, that'd be fun. That would be kind of fun.
Yep.
Yeah, like maybe unknown leaning against a wall or leaning over or something.
Let's see if the AI can give us something reasonable here.
Yeah.
Italics. Pokemon Game Manual often uses this for emphasis. Here, text format used for unknowns, mysterious messages. No, it is not. Let's say
Help me out.
italics.
That's right. Might be written.
Give unknown themed clues.
Hey. Wait. Is unknown spelled?
Yeah.
Yeah. Unknown.
Oh, you're right.
Writing style is slanted as a spinda's walk. Okay, you know what? It's future us who's going to unknown posture. It's future
Okay.
us who's going to have to deal with the fact that we have the word italics in this puzzle.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got some good options here. We have Twister, we have Twitter, we have Twisted, we have Thistle.
I mean, Twister is a pretty easy one.
Yeah. Twister. And it's forcing lots of options. So we'll see what it does. Okay. Okay, let's just finish this corner just so we can be happy with it. I mean, there's lots of weird.
Wait, hold
four-letter
up.
things.
Does Twister force air?
Twister is giving us these 4-letter things here. Arco, Argo, Arlo, Arno. Is Arno a Pokemon character?
What about ERNO?
No.
Yeah.
Erno.
No. As in like,
Trio.
the Erno Pokemon? The glitch. I think that's spelled with 2 R's though. Right?
Erno. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, Missing No is a glitch Pokemon. That has no in its
right.
name.
Oh, I'm
think-
dumb.
Trio. Okay, yeah. I mean, we've got options. We can circle back to that. So let's go down here. Okay, what? We've been neglecting this corner. Oh my goodness. Thomas.
Pukas.
Florals. Trojans. Brogans. Slovaks. Oh no, we did not leave ourselves many good options.
Keep
here.
clicking through the list. Your biomass. You can do that.
Slogans. We could clue slogans.
You could easily.
Yeah, that's right.
Yemens. Doodads. Loofahs. Hurrahs.
I mean, we could just use slogans.
Yeah.
It's easy to clue.
And that gives us a bunch of 4-letter words are pretty easy to fill. Okay. Slogans. Again, it's a future us problem. Okay, now we have to just fill in these couple of 4-letter, 5-letter words. I mean, that's just Erica. Let's write that in. That's easy. Arco, Argo, Arlo, Arno, Aru, Brio. I mean, Trio. Trio is the easy fallback option if we don't see anything better.
Yeah.
Cryo, though, we could clue that as well. But I feel like Trio is the easy one. You know, it could sort of be.
Yeah, it is.
Did we end up
Yeah,
doing?
like
Yeah, we
one.
did Two-Faced, right? So it could be another.
Like Doug Trio.
Yeah, we just list a bunch of examples, and you'll figure it out once you have the R and the O. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Okay, Trio. Hail, that's easy. Hair, air.
Hair's kind of funny. What
Hair.
Alola Doug Trio has.
Yeah. I mean, Hail, I think, is just the most obviously Pokemon thing here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go with Hail. Ez2. This one we were just hoping that one of these 4-letter words would be reasonable. Ez2, Ezpo, Eso, S2, Isao, Is no, Is so, Is to, Oslo, Osso, Esno, Osco, Us two. Oh no.
None of these look like anything that could be linked to Pokemon.
Can
Oh, let's see.
let me look at my. This is what I should also have is the clue dictionary up. I can see what clues are available in like published crosswords and stuff. Like Ez2 is a reasonable thing that you'd see. Isso is a German Pokemon, someone says. I don't want to include that, but let's see if it's true. Why not? Oh, isn't that what Sonan so means? Like, or like the pun, the Sonan or Sonans.
I'm not getting
Sonano
it.
is that so? Sonansu is so. And then in German it is so.
Mm-hmm.
That's clueable.
It is.
Here's what the real it appears in real crosswords a lot. It's a very American crossword filler kind of thing, which again is not great when this is not an American style grid. This blank unfair, this blank sudden, playground rejoinder is so.
Rejoinder.
It's not great. Can make this taller. Osmosis odor prefix osmo. Someone's complaining about slogans, but you know what? That's not our problem at the moment.
I mean, we could change slogans to something else. That is what's causing the
It
problem.
would potentially fix this problem.
Yeah.
I guess. Let's I think we're happy with everything we have so far. So let's.
Well, going back to the drawing board.
I mean,
slogans is just let's see.
I feel like I've accidentally lost my progress so many times in crossword compiler because I hit the wrong button. I'm also trying to do Mac shortcuts. So let me screenshot this just so I don't. And then I think if I click stop, it'll accept all of that, and then we can delete slogans. But then I'm not sure if we're actually going to be able to fill anything other than slogans with those other words there. Okay, yeah, we did have options here, but there are things like isobars. Doodads.
Doodad.
What about? Yeah, I mean doodads, right? Like, there's a bunch of Pokemon that are just like doodads.
Like Clink.
Like, the Klefki or something like that.
Yeah, that's true.
Klefki sure is a doodad.
Yeah.
Or Nose Pass.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a doodad.
Biomass. Can we clue biomass somehow? Whoops.
It doesn't.
All Pokemon are made of
really
biomass.
crappy force choices.
This word does not even appear on.
Well, yeah, only scientists use the word biomass, but all Pokemon are made of
yeah,
biomass.
those are bad options.
And satisfactory players.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's good.
I mean, hoorays is reasonable.
Hooray.
It still doesn't give us great options here. Like, what are our options here? I mean, we've got a bajillion options that just end in O. Is there anything here that starts with E that's reasonable? Eco cars.
Eco cars.
Florals.
Laurels.
That's so bad.
It's a weird term.
Oh, see, the problem with hoorays is hoorays and hurrahs are basically interchangeable,
Yeah, they are.
and that letter is not checked. What else? See, these are all long words. What would we have to change? We could go back to attract, potentially.
Thomas.
There aren't even any clues in the database for Thomas.
After doing this, I will never make fun of the New York Times for having dumb words in their crosswords ever again.
Yeah, and this isn't even an American crossword. We'd have way more filler words. Like 75% filler words, and it would all be junk. Like, is so. And like, if we weren't trying to make this Pokemon themed, we could very reasonably clue words like biomass, biolabs.
Snorlax has a lot of it. Biomass.
Biolabs.
There's some like
Is very like
isn't
what
there
made
some, like,
Mewtwo.
isn't one of the
Like,
evil teams trying to
like
like
the lab on
genetically engineer
Cinnabar, the
shit?
lab on Cinnabar Island. I'm sure there's a second one.
Yeah.
But the problem is it doesn't really help us because it gives us Abdu,
Yeah.
Abu, Abso, and
Biolabs.
Ebro. Like the problem is we need something that gives us a good, that last down word. Let's just fill this word so we can be happy with ourselves. It's not even letting me select it. Oh, because it's only filling this corner. I have to like...
Well, Absol, we could do like Absol without like the
Absol
L.
without the L. Rest.
Yeah.
Shall we write the word rest here, or like is no raspberry is not a berry, that's just a real berry.
Yeah.
Rest. This is the Pokemon word.
Rest is probably
Let's
the best thing
take
to
the
put there.
Pokemon
Yeah,
words
you're right.
while we can get them. Except that, Phil. It's perfectly reasonable. And now we just need to fill these two freaking letters. I'm gonna delete attract and see if that helps us
Right.
at all. Nope, because we don't have
No,
any
it doesn't.
options left, except for act fast. I feel like we got to take the Pokemon words where we can get them now. Okay, yes, accept attract, and now let's fill this garbage. We haven't even gotten to writing clues or anything. We're not even like halfway done.
Yeomans.
Okay, slogans was a problem. Florals. What does florals? It gives us afro.
Well, it refers to lots of plants.
Wait, what about that? Oh, jeez, what's that Pokemon called? The one that looks like a ring of flowers.
Yeah. Like we can clue it with
Comfy.
Pokemon. Yeah, with comfy or whatever. But
Yeah.
then can we clue afro?
Oh, wait. There's a floral healing move.
Afro break. No, what is
But
afro
there's a
break?
move called floral healing. Comfy learns it, I think.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking of.
Yes, Bouffalet has an afro.
Yeah. Head charge in Japanese is called Afro break. That's pretty good. I'm not quite sure what the clue for florals would be. Like, we could make a Pokemon themed, but an Afro we could clue.
I think floral healing is the only move that like can heal a allied Pokemon, right?
Floral heal.
You might be right.
Floral healing. It's the
Soft
signature
boiled
move
might be
of
able to
Comfy.
also.
Oh, yeah, that's the thing. I haven't
Let's
played.
check.
I don't play double battles a lot, so I don't.
Those
Really?
moves wouldn't even be useful in doubles anyway.
Yeah, that's true. In doubles battles, you just like kind of cheese the opponent with some like stupid bullshit.
Okay, and this last word here clearly wants to be total. But let's see if there's some other options.
Offense is twice as important in doubles.
Our options. Oh no, trout, not total. Yeah, trout. We can clue. Or T-bolt.
Let's do T-bolt, like Thunderbolt. You know.
Yeah.
No one calls it that. No one calls it T-bolt. Trout, though. There's a trout Pokemon. I'm sure there's some Pokemon that is specifically a
I
trout.
can't think of a Pokemon that specifically is based on trout, but it's okay. I mean, fish is fish, right? People
No,
throw
I
out T-Bolt on
figured there
in,
would
like,
be one.
chat
There's so
rooms.
many freaking water type Pokemon. One of them's got to be specifically a trout.
Well, there's one that's based on a barracuda, one that's based on a bass, one that's based on a carp.
In the anime episode Pokemon Food Fight, Misty mentions fish, and it cuts to an image of a lure that looks like a trout, a brook trout specifically.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so this is one thing I never understood about the Pokemon universe, right? Like, do people eat Pokemon there? Do Pokemon eat Pokemon?
Pokemon as food. Pokemon predation is the article you want.
Pokemon eat other Pokemon, yeah.
We've got sections on Pokemon eating Pokemon, eating non-Pokemon animals, and humans eating Pokemon. As you can see.
It's disgusting.
Anyway, people in the chat are saying people do actually say T-Bolt.
They do. They say it on Showdown. I've seen it. Why would generally
probably
Google
what this
searching
is.
T-Bolt give you what you want?
T-Bolt. Okay, right. There's a thing that's actually just a T-Bolt. Pokemon. T-Bolt. This person on Reddit said T-Bolt. Okay. That's clueable then. I'll take T-Bolt. Accept. Oh, okay. I should save this crossword.
You should make that picture of the Magikarp your new desktop background.
Stream Pokemon crossword.
What, the
Should
Magikarp sushi?
Make that the,
Yeah.
the thumbnail for the video. I have to pee, and then when we come back in like a minute,
I'll get a drink. Yep.
I'm gonna check on my brisket.
we can start filling in clues. How exciting. Okay, I'll be right back. Okie dokie. Let's start filling in clues. I don't know if Thomas is back. He's not.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh yeah, he is. Lovely. Ba-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. Let's start at one across. That seems reasonable to me. It's probably a faster way to get to it. Oh, there it is. Okay, Poltergeist. Now, the good thing is I have a database of Pokedex entries.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I can't remember what makes something Poltergeist rather than Poltegeist.
It's just a completely different Pokemon.
Oh.
It's like the convergent evolution or something is how they describe it.
Weird.
It is ecologically similar to Sinistea. However, the two are different species.
Yep, that's convergent evolution. Poltergeist.
So, in terms of crossword clues, again, I have this database of Pokedex entries, which has not been updated with Gen 9. And that, it can at least give us some quick inspiration. I don't want to just straight up use Pokedex entries as clues, because that's a little too obvious. But I don't think the clues need to be, like, too wildly obscure. I think it's fine if they're just pretty straightforward clues. They don't need to be like crazy tricky crossword things. And again, we have the AI to help us if we need something that's a bit trickier to clue. But then for something like Poltergeist, I mean, just looking at this Bulbapedia article, like it has counterfeit form and artisan form. That seems reasonable, but is Sinistea... Yeah, Sinesteas are called phony and antique. So, then it evolves into Poltegeist, who is also phony and antique. And this involves... See, the problem is Sinistea also has counterfeit and artisan, but it's a different number of letters.
Yeah.
Therefore, it's pretty unambiguous.
Yep.
So we could just say, comes in counterfeit and... or artisan form. Yeah,
Yep.
reasonable. Capital F form. Counterfeit. I would not have thought that's how counterfeit is spelled, but apparently. Olivine City is a city. Do you remember what city it is?
Isn't it in Gen 2?
I feel like we looked it up earlier. Yes. It's where the SS Aqua docks.
Okay.
What would be like a word?
Olivine is an actual real life mineral too, if you want to cue it that way.
That's an option. You win the mineral badge here. Port of call. Like SS Aqua Port of call. Is that what port of call means?
Probably.
Wiktionary. English Wiktionary. Port of call. Any port being visited by a ship. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So SS Aqua Port of call. We could narrow it down. We could say Johto Port of call. I mean, it's still unambiguous because of the number of letters, but like, just to narrow it down that hey, we're looking for a Johto city here.
Yeah, I don't have a strong opinion on that, so
that's reasonable. Yeah, it also has the lighthouse, the Olivine lighthouse. We make it more obvious, known for its lighthouse. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Okay, Two-Faced. This is where we were soliciting the chat for lists of Two-Faced Pokemon.
Doduo or Wheezing.
Yeah, Doduo. How do you spell Wheezing?
Weez.
Let me double check, but I believe you're right. Doduo, Wheezing, or let's get a third one.
Zweilous.
So I think someone mentioned Yamask.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of them.
Yeah, someone did mention Yamask, yep. Yamask does more properly have a face than Zweilous does, but, you know, either or. Tomato.
Most of a Dugtrio. We have Trio. Or did we do Trio?
Yeah, we have
Trio's in there. We can use
Most
Dugtrio
of
or
a
something.
Dugtrio.
Hail is a weather condition. It exists.
It used to be. It's not anymore.
Let's just look up the actual clues for hail. This is just the word. Is the Pokemon related word list you're using public? No, but I could like just post it on Pastebin. It's just like I copy pasted a bunch of things from Bulbapedia. You can see there's like a bunch of empty white space and stuff in it. I would like this to be public. Is it public by default? I assume so. Where's the post button? It's been a while since I used Pastebin. Create new paste. Pastebin. Ta-da. There you go. If you're watching the VOD, there's the URL. You can get it yourself. Don't look at my history. I'm using Firefox for the stream because I don't use it as often, but there's still things in that history. What were we doing? We were looking up. We were trying to come up with a clue for the word hail, which again this has been used in real crosswords 512 times. So there's like greeting is what a lot of these are. They're like to hail a cab. But anyway, let's
do something like make.
Let's look at what Bulbapedia has to say about hail.
Ice types like it.
Yeah, let's. There's like snow warning. Obama snow. Obama snows. Favored weather condition. Maybe it's kind of intentionally misleading because you might think it's snow, but like it's not going to be snow because the word snow is in the clue, and so Obama snow has the ability that makes things hail. Also, even if you don't know that, Obama snow is an ice type, and if you get the H from poltergeist, you get
what if we make it like something somewhat more obscure, like pauses morning sun to recover less HP.
Let's not do that. Next word.
Could also be rain or sandstorm.
I think. Oh yeah, you're right. Rain, I think it's half, right? And then hail is quarter.
Oh, I thought rain and hail was the same.
I said I wasn't going to use just straight up copied Pokedex entries as clues, but honestly, its hairs work like muscle fibers is just kind of a pretty good clue on its own. Like, even if you don't know that, like, particular fun fact, you can probably figure out Grimmsnarl eventually.
Yep. It is made of hair.
It's a little lazy, literally copy-pasting things from the Pokedex. And
there's a lot of clues to be given here.
It's kind of plagiarism. It's kind of plagiarism, which I've been trying to avoid. By transforming its leg hair.
Hey Thomas, did you know this? I saw this on Bulbapedia. Apparently, in Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, Hail allows Blizzard to hit through Protect and Detect 30% of the time.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I did not know that either.
That's so stupid. I probably never encountered that. It can bypass Protect.
The bulk up
30% of the time.
Yeah.
See, I like this clue. It is just. How about I'll say, it uses its hair instead of its muscles. That's basically the same clue, but not plagiarism. No, let's take that. All right, Nari. I forgot we put a Nari in here.
Something about Landorus.
Yeah, I mean, interestingly, none of these are the Japanese Inari. All the like actual crosswords. Okay, blank, 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 blank. Oak, give me the long O. Okami. That.
Hold up. Isn't there a sushi Pokemon?
Yeah.
There's your clue.
What is the clue? Elaborate.
Isn't it already like a sort of type of sushi?
No.
As well? I'm pretty sure.
I don't think so. Oh.
He's right.
Well, it's not the type of sushi that Tatsugiri is. What are its...
Yeah.
sushis. Yeah. I mean, we searched Inari on Bulbapedia, and it was pretty much just Landorus. Inari Okami, Japanese fox deity, and potentially the inspiration for how do you spell Landorus?
Landorus.
I mean, that's a pretty, not the best clue in the world, but, you know, they can't all be winners. Which is potentially the inspiration for Landorus. Reasonable enough. Twister. Is that a move, Twister? Yes.
Yes.
It's like a low-level dragon move.
It is a low-level dragon. It is a damage-dealing dragon-based move introduced in Generation 2. It inflicts damage, has a 20% chance of causing each target to flinch. It hits all adjacent opponents.
Yep.
I like how it's so weird.
Was that like the only dragon move in Gen 2? Or... No, there's another one.
Look at
There's Dragon Breath and Dragon Rage.
Trivia section, if there's a trivia section. Trivia. It's the second lowest base power dragon move. I mean, I feel like it would have said in the trivia if that was true.
I feel like Dragon Rage existed.
Can I just complain about the way Bulbapedia arranges these, where it's like, in order to actually understand what the move does, you have to read every section and be like, oh, now it's affected by King's Rock. Now its power will be doubled. Now this and that and that. But then sometimes they do put things in the older generations that weren't in that generation, like saying, in Generation 2, saying each target to flinch. Like, what each target? There's no double battles in Gen 2. Anyway. I prefer the way they just do, like, what's it called? Like learn sets, where it's just like, okay, this is the learn set for Generation 2. Or like, this is the learn set for the current generation. If you want to see it for the previous generations, you have to go back, you have to go to a completely separate page.
Yeah.
Or like make it a tab or something. Anyway. How do we clue Twister? Let's see what the
It's just like one of the weakest dragon moves, right? Like,
yeah, let's see if the AIs, what do the AIs come up with? Because like again, Twister is just a word, so there's plenty of
it's a board game.
I mean, why not just say? Sounds like it's a flying type move, but it's actually a dragon type move.
Dragon move weaker than Hurricane, but more accurate. Is that
Hurricane's not a dragon move?
That's not. Yeah.
Well, it's saying it is a dragon move. I don't know.
Oh, well, yeah, factually it is weaker than Hurricane. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm honestly kind of surprised the AI even knows what this move is. Maybe I shouldn't be surprised.
It hits Pokemon that are using Fly. It's one of those moves.
Yeah. Is it the only dragon move that hits Pokemon that can fly? If so, that's a reasonable clue.
Almost certainly.
All of the moves that hits Pokemon during fly also deals double damage to them, right?
Possibly.
Poke.
Because it's Twister, Hurricane, Sky Uppercut. Is there anything else?
I only know the ones they hit when during dig. I don't remember the flying ones.
I'm sure Bulbapedia has an entire category or something.
Sky Uppercut deals double damage to Pokemon that are flying. I'm not sure if the others do.
Semi-invulnerable Pokemon. Here they are. These aren't all fly, but Bide is normal.
I did not know
Fissure is ground. Gust is flying, as you'd expect.
Gust,
Hurricane is flying, as you'd expect. Helping Hand is normal. Sky Uppercut is fighting. Smackdown is rock.
Oh, Smackdown, that's right.
Swift, 1,000 Arrows is ground. Thunder's electric. Toxic,
Thunder.
Whirlpool, and Whirlwind. It is Seemingly,
Right.
Thousand Arrows is the signature move of that like one.
Zygarde.
Yeah, Zygarde. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, it is the only dragon type move that can hit Pokemon using Fly. I might be. I like this one. Game that's the theme of this puzzle. I bet that was a fun puzzle. A twister themed
yeah.
puzzle. I don't know if this is like too obscure trivia. Whoopsie. Whoa, what have I
I
done?
don't think it's a problem. Look how many clues there
Why
are
does
left.
the undo button not work? Dragon type move that can hit Pokemon using Fly. What am I doing? Yeah, Z just... Control Z just changes the capitalization of the letter. That's so weird. Why? That's a bad shortcut. Can you right click undo even? No. Great. We might circle back to this, but let's just fill in the rest of the thing. Pokemon Ranger.
Game where you circle things.
Yeah. It's the game where you circle things. It's the game where you get Manaphy. It's a game that damages DS touchscreens. That's what I think of when I hear Pokemon Ranger. Known for leaving circular scratches in DS touch screens. Eh?
Okay.
Infamous for leaving
I
circular
mean, you
scratches.
might very well be the only person who thinks of that first, but
Okay, but
who
the clue
cares?
will at least get you to Pokemon Ranger if you know
Yeah.
it. Like, it's almost too obvious.
Yeah, if anything.
Nintendo DS touchscreens. Let's leave off Nintendo DS. That makes it a little spicier.
Yeah.
You might think like, oh, is it a mobile game or is it a Switch game? No, it's a DS game.
Good, yes.
I know it's the one and there's no Pokemon Ranger. Yeah, I mean that doesn't matter. Yeah, that's reasonable to me. Oh yeah, chat told us to do Psychoanalyst.
I kind of AI generated clues for that.
Yeah, let's
Hypno's dream
Psychoanalyst.
job, perhaps.
Let's see.
Doctor of the mind.
Hypno's dream job. Mewtwo's theoretical occupation given his telepathic abilities.
Tell me you were written by AI without telling me.
Yeah. Professional who might help you understand your shadow Pokemon. Expert who might help you work through your fear of ghost types. The ones where they just shoehorn in a Pokemon thing. Let's see. It was chat who told me to put this in here. I told chat to then in turn give me what the clue should be.
Peter, isn't it funny how in
Chat.
Gen 1 there's like multiple Pokemon that's like, there's like a meme about them touching kids,
What?
right?
I don't
Mr.
remember.
Mime and Drowsy.
I mean,
Well,
yeah,
it's not even a meme, it's like in their Pokedex entry.
wait,
Psycho.
no way, right?
With Drowsy, it's like it likes to sniff out children's dreams the best or something.
Hold on, let me look this up.
Which is, I mean, it's a very innocent thing, but
Yeah.
it's just funny. Like, I feel like people associate Drowsy and Hypno as well as Mr. Mime with, like,
Just
in, like,
Freud.
chat rooms and shit with, like, wanting to touch kids.
No. What is this? That's just that person. Oh, this is just in some other anime. They played a character named Freud. Okay, that's not helpful. Psychoanalyst. Why did chat make me put this word in? It's one of the long words too. So there's no hope of changing it now. I kind of want to just steal this AI clue. What Sabrina might have been if she chose medicine over being a gym leader.
You can just get rid of the over being a gym leader part and use that.
What Sabrina might have been. That's a terrible clue, and I don't like it. I blame chat. It's your fault. Your fault.
Make chat write the clue.
Yeah, I tried to make chat write the clue. Chat has not written the clue for me though. Okay, we're back to sanity. Okie dokie. It's not going to be in my database because it's too new. But tell me more about Okie dokie.
Sure.
Give me some fun facts about Okie dokie. It is not known to evolve to or from any Pokemon. Are there any fun trivia? All of the levels at which Okie dokie learns its moves, aside from level 1, are multiples of 8.
Huh.
I don't think that's going to be the clue.
Okay, Peter, Okie dokie has an ability where its contact moves can apply toxic poison.
Oh,
Yeah, isn't that fun?
Toxic
Yeah, I see it.
chain. But the others have that too.
Yep.
But are they the same length? They aren't, are they? The others are longer than Okie dokie.
Yeah.
So if we could clue anything that gets you to the loyal 3, then it would narrow down to Okie dokie just because it's the only one that fits.
Right.
Which shouldn't be too hard, right? Like
It could be hard.
they aren't like worshipped. Are they worshipped in Kitakami?
This is beyond my knowledge.
Oh, did you never play the DLC? I bought it for
this Pokemon looks suspiciously like the buff Doge meme.
It's the retainer Pokemon. It does look like a buff Doge.
That makes a good clue.
Does it?
No.
Worshipped. Okay, are they someone in chat claims yes, they were worshipped. Let's see. But how do they describe it in the game? I feel like in the game they wouldn't say worshipped. Take me to. Let me just search for Kitakami. The heroes of Kitakami. I mean, that's a decent clue. A hero of Kitakami. Perhaps.
Contemporary history.
Sorry, truly happened. Blah blah blah. Loyal 3, monument. Loyal 3. Monument. Dabadoo. Revered is the word they use.
Hmm.
I think that's revered in Kitakami.
Sure.
Like, we could make it more specific. Oh, yeah, here, chat gave me the word revered as well. Thank you, chat. Italics, god. Every time I get to one of the filler words, I'm like...
Something unknown.
Yeah, something unknown indeed.
Leaning unknown.
Leaning unknown.
I wrote the clue using pictures of unknown instead of letters.
Unknown leaning?
Yeah?
Is that
No.
like... Is that too bad? It doesn't even... What are some of these? Slanted letters. They're not straight up. Signs of stress. Like emphasis, I get it.
Yeah.
A style of printing, a type
No,
style.
that's stupid. If I leave my door like cracked, the dog will just sit at the door and grumble because he wants to come in, but he won't actually push it open and come in. So I have to let him in so he can sit.
used in academic papers. These are just straightforward.
Dog hair all over everything.
How Meowth's "That's right" might be written for emphasis.
What is this?
Wombat used to show when Jigglypuff is singing. It's true. It's not bad.
Is it?
I mean, it's also the format used to show when music is playing or anyone is singing in closed captioning.
I mean, yes, I can come up with plenty of decent clues. I have 64 clues here for the word italics. But one that is actually genuinely Pokemon themed and not just shoehorning in Pokemon. Whatever, unknown leaning. Erica. Tell me more about Erica. Celadon City Gym Leader.
She was grass types, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Age unknown.
I feel like most
Why
Pokemon
don't you
characters
use like
are
that
age
one
unknown.
fact from your video where it's like I think Erica is like a difficulty spike because or part of that difficulty plateau for the gym leaders?
Was she?
I think so. It was your video.
Yeah. What game does she appear in? Gen 1? I guess she appears in both then. I guess she would be in all three videos then. The trainers in Pokemon. Transcript. Where's the transcript? Erica. Speaking of Erica, here she is now. A- is a pretty respectable rank for the Celadon City Gym Leader. But what's this? Okay, that's all I had to say about Erica in the first video. Not much. How about in the second video? Did I have anything to say about Erica? Against tournament. Against Erica, of all people. While I did find that this was she partook in the third longest battle in the second tournament. That's not a very good clue. And lastly, in Gen 3, she must appear in Gen 3. Erica. And then right after Brock comes Erica, who we're counting as the 12th gym leader. Then finally for our ranking, I had absolutely nothing to say about Erica in any of my videos. Turns
Not
out.
very noteworthy, huh?
I guess I don't care about Erica. At least I remembered she existed when I was looking at the list of words. But
She's in what's it called?
She's
Puzzle League. And she says, "I'm Erica" when you pick her.
Okay, that'll be her clue. When you pick her in Puzzle League, she says, "I'm Erica."
That's the most notable thing about her.
We can give Erica a very straightforward clue. Celadon, Gym Leader. Gym Leader? Is that a proper noun? Gym Leader?
I think so.
Yes.
It's a title.
Bulbapedia considers it a proper noun. Is the gym leader of Celadon City's gym.
They're introduced as gym leader Erica. Gym leader blah, blah, blah.
Okay, that's reasonable. Amniotic. Right, we wanted to do one of those Pokemon. Amniotic.
Yeah, you could do like Duosion or Runiclus or Solosis.
How does Bulbapedia describe it?
I guess you could technically do any egg Pokemon. So you could do Togepi, you could do Vullaby. What else comes in an egg there that it wears? Execute. You could do Execute or Executor.
I'm a little worried because this is crossing with Inari and Psychoanalyst. Those are hard words, and this is a hard word as well.
Fluid Duosion floats in.
What? The fluid. Amniotic fluid, right?
Yeah.
Duosion floats in might be.
Good one.
What the embryonic. I don't know.
I don't think you need embryonic. It's too close to what the word is.
It is too close to what the actual word is.
It's actually, I believe, a synonym for what the word is.
What the give me something useful. Say cushion.
That's a cursed image right there.
Yeah. Like give me some fun biology fact about amniotic fluid.
Shit,
Like
man.
what is it doing for duosion?
It's preventing it from. It's basically preventing it from getting a concussion. It's like the fucking cerebral fluid your brain's in. It prevents it from slamming into the edges of the organ that contains it, or the bone, or the whatever you call it. It makes it so that if you shake it up, it bounces around. It doesn't go splat.
I mean, we could just make it more obviously a definition. Like what human fetuses, or like what real animal, human, whatever, float in. Float. Do they float?
They're attached by an umbilical cord, but they do float. They exist in
What they
seg
grow
medium.
in.
Okay.
Like what real fetuses grow in. There we go. That's a reasonable clue to me. Because it can only be so Pokemon related.
Okay.
Someone in chat is suggesting making Erica's clue more flowery. Distributes an iridescent badge. Does she give like a rainbow badge or something?
She wear flowers in her hair? Not quite.
Like I
not
couldn't
quite.
tell you. Yeah, it is the rainbow badge, but like I couldn't have told you that. I'm gonna leave this one as straightforward. We gotta have some of them be straightforward. Like Scatterbug. Tell me some fun things about Scatterbug. When under
Gen
attack
6
from bird
Pokemon.
Pokemon, it spews a poisonous black powder that causes paralysis on contact. That's not a good clue. Tell me more things about
It's a nondescript gray caterpillar. What do you want?
I forgot it even looked like this. It evolves into Generation 6.
Yeah, it evolves into Vivillin.
Have 20 visually indistinct forms.
What? Dude, you know what I just realized?
Uh-huh.
This Pokemon is just Trubbish, but with a caterpillar body instead of little feeties.
Whoops. I wanted Trubbish. Let's see some newer Pokedex entries. Oh.
Yeah, it got omitted. Now you see where omitted comes in.
Is there any trivia? They're the only it and its evolved form. The only black bug type Pokemon. It and its evolution.
The shittiest trivia I've ever heard.
Like, I mean, it's good enough trivia that it would get you the Pokemon. It's the black bug type Pokemon. There's only one. So you'd get its Scatterbug, although then it would have the word bug in the clue.
Close, because Vikavolt is, I guess, dark green. Golisopod has black eyes.
Vigavolt is blue. I mean, Vivillon. Venonat's
Venonat's purple.
is easier to clue because it's got like interesting, unique things about it with the different forms
Yeah.
and stuff. Scatterbug does not. Its defining characteristic is that it is black, apparently.
Hmm? Yes.
It's a black larval Pokemon with a relatively large head. Its head is bisected by a line that runs from the forehead to the mouth. It has large beige eyes with square black pupils, a single pointed tooth that pokes out from its mouth. Just make this. It is a black larval Pokemon with a relatively large head. We don't have to do that. What is it? What is it? It is the Scatter Dust Pokemon. That's too obvious.
Black Pokemon that spews dust.
Let's see what the AI gets us. I'm not expecting much from the AI. Scatterbug is the only Pokemon that evolves at level 9, according to chat.
Okay. I like that.
Scatterbug. Okay, pre-evolution or first stage of Vivillon. Pre-evolution with 200 plus possible final patterns. That's an overestimate.
Y version crawler that's
Although
far
that
from
is a decent way to clue
Scatterbug.
it. Because, again, it's Vivillon that has the... Vivillon. It's not villain.
Vivillon.
It's 20 forms
I like that.
of Vivillon. So we could just clue it as first stage evolution. Or no, let's first stage. How did the AI phrase it? First stage evolution that grows to have 20 distinct forms. Eh? Reasonable? Like I would say evolves, but then I have to say evolution that evolves. I could say first stage Pokemon, I suppose. Which
Roll with it.
okay. 1%. Okay, people in chat were telling us lots of things that have a 1% chance. And some of these I think I actually knew. So like mouse hold family
1%.
of 4 has a 1% chance. And then Dunsparce 3-segment form. So I think I knew those facts in the back of my head. So it's reasonable. Chance of getting a 3-segment Dunsparce or family of 4. Stop. Oh my god. Go over there. Family of 4 mouse hold. Or a family
Mousehold.
mouse hold.
I like mousehold.
We could make it a little. Do we have to make it more? I think this is obscure. Family of 3 is the rare one. Thank you, chat. I had a mouse hold.
How is that obscure? It's a very specific clue.
Well, I was saying I could make it more obscure
Ah,
by removing the words Dunsparce and mousehold. Also, there's a proper noun version of it. 3-segment.
I don't know if that makes it harder or does. I don't even know if it changes anything.
Yeah, it's obscure enough. We'll leave it. Trio. I can't just clue it as Doug Trio.
Doug or Wug.
Doug or Wug. Is that even like a valid crossword clue?
Yeah.
Doug or Wug. Finisher. I gotta at least say Doug or Wug ending.
Oh my god, you wouldn't just leave it Doug or Wug.
You know, there's a word for that. Suffix.
Yeah, but like in a crossword clue, you'd say ending or finisher or something. Like you could say suffix. Suffix.
Or you could say nothing. That's what I would say.
Doug or Wug. Okay, but it's with psychoanalyst. We have to get people the letters in psychoanalyst, or they're not going to be able to finish this crossword. I wrote suffix.
You can use whichever term there. Yeah, I don't think it matters which one.
Suffix. Why does this thing not have a spell check? Maybe it does. Maybe one of these buttons is a spell check. It has find anagrams. Give me anagrams of Wug. Oh, it did anagrams of trio. That makes more sense. Editions. Like, are they all called? They're usually called versions. But yellow specifically is an edition. The special Pikachu edition. What else is called an edition? Monopoly Pokemon exclusive Kanto edition. This is trickier to clue than I thought. Because, like, there's editions of... There's only one game, seemingly, that actually calls itself an edition. So then cluing editions is...
I thought there would have been more.
Yeah, but most of the games call themselves versions. Even Yellow calls itself a version, also. Let's... Editions. See if the AI picks up on the plural there. I mean, yeah, there's like the manga editions. Special version. Oh, like the TCG. Claude's taking its sweet time. I feel like there's a clue here. I'm thinking of like the Pikachu N64.
Edition.
I'm not quite sure how to phrase it, right? But there's like the special Pikachu editions of, you know, Pokemon, the game, and the N64. Like I can clue it as like, you know, Pokemon Yellow or the Pikachu Nintendo 64. But that doesn't get you to the word editions. It needs to have like the extra bit of like might be called special Pikachu editions. And that's a bad clue. That's a bad crossword clue.
It's just tricky that it ended up being there's only one actual edition.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping there'd be more things called editions. No, they're technically versions. And yeah, someone pointed out it shares the same number of letters as versions.
You just have to change storm drain total.
Okay, but that's not happening at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, we can clue it. I just clued it.
Yeah. The clues are harder than the words are.
It's not a very good clue. Rest.
I think that's
I like it
usable.
when it's easy. Like rest. Give me a good clue for rest. Give me some fun facts about rest.
Psychic move. You always slept for 2 turns even before they changed sleep. You used to be able to sleep for 5 turns, remember that?
Vaguely. What all moves? I was gonna say, like, if rest was the only 4-letter move that causes sleep, but there's sing and yawn.
It's the only move that inflicts sleep on yourself.
That's probably... Here, let's go to the trivia section. It's the only move that inflicts any non-volatile status condition. What is a non-volatile?
I'm guessing confusion is volatile, and non-volatile is like paralysis, sleep, burn, etc. Because like outrage can make you confused, right? But you can't inflict yourself with any of the major ailment conditions. I thought they were called major and minor. I didn't think they were called volatile. I thought the minor status conditions were attraction and confusion, and all the rest of them were major.
Well, volatile status conditions come in major, damaging effectiveness, groundedness,
Oh, they're talking about like magnet rise and shit. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know about all that. Rest. I mean, this one's not difficult. I mean, the vast majority of Pokemon can learn it, and it's a TM. I mean, it's the only TM that inflicts sleep in any form or fashion. I would think. I mean, there's no TM for hypnosis. There's no TM for sing, grass whistle. What else? Yawn. What else puts things to sleep? Relic song. Only one Pokemon can even learn that. Dark Void. Only one Pokemon can learn Dark Void. And what else even puts things to sleep? Secret Power can, but that was like only a TM in like very early gens. I'm not even sure it's a move anymore.
See, what I'm wondering is...
You mentioned Spore.
The Spore's not a TM either. That's the one I forgot. Sleep Powder. Sleep Powder's not a TM either.
What I'm wondering is rest the only move that is guaranteed to cause sleep?
No. I mean...
Immediately.
Guaranteed? I mean, it's the only 100 accuracy move that's guaranteed to cause sleep.
No, it's not. Spore's 100... Wait, did they nerf it?
No, they didn't. Well, truthfully, I don't know if this is true, but there's Pokemon with insomnia. I don't know if you can teach them rest, and then it would just fail.
Yeah, Spore
fails on anything that can't be put to sleep or anything that has overcoat.
Rest.
And it also fails on all grass types.
Yeah.
So it only is not 100% accurate by technicality, really.
Someone in the chat suggests common Chestoberry pairing, which is reasonable.
That's right.
Let me confirm that's true. Chestoberry.
They rhyme.
Wakes you up.
Yeah, there's the Resto Chesto. Classic.
Actually competitively viable.
Common Chestoberry pairing. Is berry a proper noun in Pokemon parlance?
Yes.
A type of berry.
They're like holy artifacts.
Yeah. Sandgem was a town.
Also, rest is also commonly paired with sleep talk.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Sandgem
Sandgem
town.
Town's where you get your Pokédex.
Hometown of Don.
Yes, that too.
Don's hometown. Easy clue. Storm drain. Thing with holes. I can think of many things with holes. Storm drain. It like absorbs water moves or something, right?
It channels all water moves, including ones that hit the whole field, into the Pokemon that has it, and it raises that Pokemon's special attack.
It's basically water, lightning rod.
Yeah, it saves the doubles partner from being hit by Surf.
Water version of lightning rod. Water equivalent, not version.
Or
Equivalent.
addition.
Did I spell that right? Yes.
Equivalent or counterpart would be the words you're looking for.
Counterpart. Water counterpart. To lightning rod. Beautiful.
Same difference.
Attract. The homophobic.
They changed the way Attract works
Pokemon
in recent gens. Or maybe they changed the way the status works, because it doesn't feel like
Attract.
it does very much. I mean, it's just a move that causes the other Pokemon to have infatuation if the gender's different.
Although Attract only works between opposite gendered Pokemon, in real life, numerous animal species have been known to demonstrate homosexual behavior, which is a link to a Wikipedia article. Several gender unknown Pokemon can learn this move, such as Staryu. So does it always fail on genderless Pokemon?
I thought it did.
Fails if used on or by genderless Pokemon. That's a reasonable enough fun trivia fact.
Yep.
There might be some other move that fits the category. Characteristic words I mentioned. Rest.
Breedable
Not rest,
Voltorb.
attract. Captivate has the same property, but that's a different number of letters, surely. ATTRACT
Yeah.
7 versus CAPTIV, many more. And then abilities also, but you don't use abilities. There are no like items or something that fit. So attract it is. 90s. I mean, it's the, when the game's
When
released.
Ash was born.
Let's see what the Pokemon era. The original Pokemon era. When Ash began his Pokemon journey.
Not false.
I hope these clues are helpful for a Pokemon-themed crossword. When Gotta Catch 'Em All began. Decade that gave us 151 original creatures.
Creatures.
Daytime is what the LA Times clued it as. Is this a thing? Like lots of these are this. Lots of things call it this. The gay decade? Is that a thing people say? It's also when
The
Tickle
what?
Me
The gay
Elmo.
decade?
It's a common clue in these crossword clues.
Huh.
I've never heard that. Decade that gave us Pokemon. I mean, maybe that's just too straightforward. But I'll take it. I'll take the easy ones.
Yeah.
Okay, T-Bolt. T-Bolt.
You need to give some kind of like abbreviated hint in
Yes.
the thingy.
Abbreviated electric type bread and butter.
Yeah, that's reasonable. It's like Pikachu's signature move.
Bread and butter. That's such a great turn of phrase.
Yeah.
It's not like technically its signature move, but like it's Ash's Pikachu's.
There's a Z move called 10 million bolt Thunderbolt or something.
Yeah. Which makes more sense in
Isn't
Japanese, where it was originally 100,000 volts.
Isn't that Pikachu's actual signature move then? That Z move?
Only in Gen 7, I think. It's like Pikachunium Z or something. Yeah.
I mean, this is that's a different move. It's not the thing people call T-Bolt. I mean, you could just say like Ashes. Although I haven't been making these anime themed. I've been trying to stick to the games. So I don't know if I want to even mention Ash.
Ash.
Is the Pokemon anime still going on?
Oh yes. I see it on Twitter a lot. I mean, I think it's obvious enough. Like, it's not like it's obscure anime trivia or anything. Ash's Pikachu's Sig move.
Good.
Reasonable. Total. Yep. You know, I put this word in here thinking it'd be easy, but how do we actually clue that?
Total?
Total. Let's search Bulbapedia for the word total. Total.
There's not really any moves with total in them, is there?
Base stat total.
Yeah, BST is the only place I see people mention totals.
Total recall. Move that makes a Pokemon forget everything. Did you make that
That's
up?
not a move.
Why don't you do something like this? Pokemon needs to have, like, what is it, 680 blank stats to be considered whatever pseudo legendary or something. Is it 680?
Okay,
I thought it was
700.
700.
700? Okay.
What happens to a Pokemon hit by self-destruct? It is totaled.
That is,
Pokemon uses it.
What you get when you add up all your Pokemon's base stats. Total. I'm just gonna say, you know, what T and BST stands for or something. Like it's the official abbreviation for the Battle Styles TCG set.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
But also base stats. And I think that's probably what most people would think. It'd also just give you the T for free if I just say what the T in BST stands for. It just gives you the T for free.
Sure.
Okay. Afro. Bouffalant.
Afro break.
I can't spell it. Bouffalant.
You know what I just realized?
Uh-huh.
I'm guessing it's called Bouffalant because its hairdo is a bouffant.
Let's find out. Bouffant. Yep. Well, it's also an afro.
Same
Its
difference.
Japanese name has afro in it, and its
Yep.
signature move is afro something.
Afro break.
So there we go.
Head charge.
That is its thing. Egg bomb. Where are we going? Egg bomb. Tell me some fun facts about egg bomb. It's a damage dealing normal type move. It's TM37. It inflicts damage
As
and has
old as
no
the day is
secondary
long.
attack. It gives bonus appeal if soft boiled was used in the previous turn. From
In, like,
generation
contests?
8 onwards, it cannot be selected in a battle. This move can't
No
be
longer a
used.
move, it's so old.
Here we go. This is the clue. This move can't be used. It's recommended that this move is forgotten. Once forgotten, this move can't be remembered. Anyway, it's not a signature move, but it's almost a signature move of Executor and Chansey.
Yep.
I just need to somehow clue that it's an explosion. Let's see if the AI gets us something good. Egg bomb.
Explosion to Chansey.
Destructive ovum assault. Oh, that's...
These are good.
Attack that makes Chansey a blast to battle with. I hate that the AI is better at coming up with clues than I am. Sometimes. Like, it sometimes just makes things up entirely. Yolky projectile. Destructive dairy product. Messy projectile at a farmer's market. Chansey's explosive attack. That...
These are so good.
That, I think, is the best way to
Wait,
phrase
go
it.
back to the list.
It's no yolk.
Chance of yolks bursting. Blank, blank. What?
I would say executive, but then it has egg in there.
Eggs mean a shattering fate. It might leave you shell-shocked. That's not politically correct.
This Pokemon attack might leave you shell-shocked. That's way too good to be to have been come up with by an AI. That's... I'm not going to use it because it's a little too... multiple reasons, but that's very good. Florals. Oh god,
I wish the computer could make all my decisions for me.
What an angry Togepi might throw. Florals.
Florals.
Someone in the chat said we should use florals, so they better have a clue for us.
Comfy materials.
Comfy signature move, right?
Comfy.
Well, floral healing is the signature move, but
Oh, yeah.
Designs.
yeah, that'll work.
You'll get the F from Afro.
Yeah.
Comfy designs?
Yeah.
Is it punny enough?
Yeah.
To warrant a question mark?
Good enough, yeah.
And the S will get you... The fact that it's plural, if you know crosswords, should get you the S at the end, so you're good on psychoanalyst there. Hopefully.
Yep.
Metagrossite. I mean, I don't have to Google it. I know what
I
it
think
does.
you have to key in somewhere that it's a megastone, because otherwise you're not going to get the ITE, right? They're not linked.
Well, okay. It turns Metagross's X yellow. Like, I can't put Metagross in the clue. That's
Right.
that's the tricky part. Is that I have to clue both Metagross and... Okay, the good thing is it's one letter shorter than...
What's Metagross's entry in the Pokedex? Is it like the computer Pokemon or some shit? No, it's the like the heavy metal Pokemon. I don't know what the hell is it called.
It is called the Iron Leg Pokemon.
Iron Leg Pokemon.
I mean, that's a reasonable name for it. Yeah. There's nothing else called
Yeah.
the Iron Leg Pokemon.
Right.
it mega evolves the Iron Leg Pokemon.
Yep.
Or it lets it doesn't do the mega evolution. That's technically the Mega Stone or whatever. It lets
transforms.
the Iron Leg Pokemon mega evolve. So many proper nouns in a row.
Yeah.
I assume mega evolve is a proper noun, like
I
everything
don't know.
in Pokemon. Mega evolution is...
Mega evolve is a verb, so how could it be a proper noun?
The related verb is mega evolve. It's a proper verb.
What? Proper verb.
Someone in the chat suggested item held by Steven's Ace. I honestly don't remember who Steven is.
Yes, Steven is known for having a Metagross.
Steel type champion.
Yeah. Okay, but he wouldn't have been holding it in the original game, like in Ruby. So...
But if they released a new edition of the
Someone in the
game...
chat says, I think proper verbs are a real thing. Verb. Let's check Wikipedia. Might just not have a Wiktionary entry. A proper verb. Proper noun. Verb. Words derived from proper names are sometimes called proper adjectives or proper adverbs, or so on. But not in mainstream linguistic theory. This guy is a fringe linguist in my chat. Celia. I'm watching
Unbelievable.
you. Anyway, I didn't remember who Steven is, so I'm not going to use him.
Steven's one of the better noun trainers. But,
Okay,
you know.
we're done. Crossword's done. That's the funny thing about crosswords is you get to the bottom and it's just like, oh, we're done.
Wow.
But
Impressive.
let's review our clues, because there was some garbage in here that I said we would circle back to. Man, this is such a... I'm so used to doing American crosswords. We end up with, like, many more words than this.
Yeah.
Like 100 words. But this was so much
It's a
harder.
beauty.
Having to make everything. We did do it. If we had done an American crossword, way more of this would have been filler. But we made either every clue or every word was Pokemon themed.
It was good.
But again, there's some garbage in here. So let's review. Again, if you're just tuning in now, spoilers for the entire crossword. But you can have your friends do it. That's the fun of me for making crosswords is you do them and then you hand them to your friends and you be like, hey, do this fun crossword. Okay. Poltergeist comes in counterfeit or artisan forms. That is a good clue. Okidoki is revered in Kitakami. That is true. It is one of 3 Pokemon that is revered in Kitakami, but it's the only one that is 7 letters long. Therefore, acceptable clue. Unknown Leaning is a terrible clue. What are... I could just italicize it. I could italicize the clue.
Oh. Just put unknown. And then italicize
Okay, no, I'm trying to make the clue more obvious, not less obvious. I feel like saying unknown leaning, giving the question mark, and then also having the clue be in italics is fair. It's not very Pokemon themed, but it is Pokemon themed.
Italics is such a funny word.
It is a weird word. Like, what part of speech is even italics?
You often
like,
use italic for emphasis.
Is an adjective. Italics is a noun, I guess. Oblique. Oblique unknown. What does the word oblique on its own mean? Not erect. Not parallel to, slanted. I mean, it means basically the same thing, but it's more obviously a typographic term. What do y'all think? Unknown leaning or oblique?
Yeah, I think we should use oblique.
I think so as well.
Oblique. Unknown? Let's see if chat has anything to say. It comes from Italy.
That is what you think. It's like, oh, it's italic, so it must come from Italy. But then it's just referring to like accent on the letters.
Oh yeah, people.
Weird.
Someone in chat is pointing out like this could be phrased as "it's revered" to be more crosswordy. It's revered. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Let's not look at that one. We'll think about that one later. And then this one could be "it comes oblique unknown Celadon City Celadon gym leader." That's perfectly as straightforward. What the okay. This I don't like that this clue is so I like this clue. I just don't like that it's so long. What the fluid to ocean floats in might be. Like real fetuses. I think we can leave those words off. That makes it a bit more crosswordy.
Yeah.
I think.
That's good.
This can just be the chance of getting. Like, I kind of want to just leave these words off just to make the clue a bit shorter. But it's already like a weird trivia thing. Okay, what is this checked with? What is this checked by? 1%. So you've got Pokemon Ranger. That one's pretty straightforward. Olivine. That one's pretty straightforward. Two-Faced is another tricky one. Like Two-Faced and 1% are both tricky clues, and they're checking each other.
Yeah.
Scatterbug, I don't think we came up with the best clue for it, but that's at least a straightforward
There isn't really a good
answer.
clue to do
And then
for it.
Grimmsnarl. So you'll reasonably get the O, the E, the C, and the N.
Yep.
So you can probably, if you can figure out that this word is percent, then 1 is the only option. So the actual like trivia part of it is not that important. Like you don't actually have to know that it is a 1% chance of getting 3-segment Dunsparce. And so to that end, I don't think you actually even need to know that it's Dunsparce or Mousehold. I think you can leave those out of the clue. And then we can say form at the end. Do they call them forms? Form with a lowercase f. Oh, this is the one thing that's not a proper noun. What happened to forms with an E? Why are things not form with an E now?
I never saw anything that was formed with an E except that one time you looked up Therian.
Oh, I bet this is one of those things that they changed in the newer gens.
It's like Cluedo.
Oh no, some of them are named using the French word form. So some of them are forms, but then some of them aren't.
Great.
List of Pokemon with form differences. There's so many of them. Which of these are forms? So the Deoxys forms are forms with an E. The Origin form is a form with an E. Land form, Sky form. Therian form, Incarnate form. Shield form and Blade form, 10% form, etc. But then, basically, a form is part of the name. But no, there was one. The Poltergeist. I don't even know how to spell it. Poltergeist. Poltergeist has form without an E, as does Gimmighoul and the Dunsparce and so forth. So they're just I mean, maybe they're consistent within the games. I don't know. I don't care that much. Well, I do care because I'm writing a crossword. Doug or Wug suffix. That's just the stupid clue, but whatever. It's a gimme. Common chesto berry pairing. I kind of like this because like you see pairing and you think like wine, you think food, so you're thinking of like another berry. But like that, like we're talking about the move competitive. Like it's a good misdirection, I think. Water counterpart to lightning rod. I mean, that's just a straightforward definition of what storm drain is. This can be the decade that gave us Pokemon. This could be a common chestoberry pairing, and then this can be it's the only one. I think the water. What is water a proper noun?
The water type.
Okay, but I don't want to use the word type. I'm intentionally not using the word.
It depends on what context
type.
you're using it in, I think.
Let's see. Oh, Bulbapedia capitalizes it. Water type. The decade that gave us Pokemon. What the T in base stat total stands for is total.
Water type is, I'm not sure you use a hyphen. I think you only use a hyphen if you use it as an adjective.
Well, it is being used as an adjective.
Read the first
The
part of
water
sentence.
type
Water
counterpart. It's the adjective. It's modifying
Oh,
counterpart.
yeah, you're right.
Chansey's explosive attack. Now, this I think this is the one clue that was actually entirely written by the AI. But I'll take it because it's so good.
I thought the one that was good was the shell-shocked one. You're not using that?
That one was good too, but I don't. It's a bit too. It doesn't quite get you there. Am I spelling comfy correctly? I just want to double check. Yes. Comfy Designs is not a very straightforward clue. It's checked by Afro's Editions, Attract, and Psychoanalyst. Now, you can in theory get the S from the fact that the clue itself is plural. And then if you get F, O, A, and S. I mean, I think I can, is there like a search thing I can do in whoa, come back. Crossword compiler words. There's got to be a, something to like find word. Oh yeah, here we go. F blank O blank A blank S. Okay, it doesn't even appear in the default word list. Florals is the only word that fits that, but it's not a very common word. Oh, there's also floopus. Oh no, fill it in. Foopus. No, go back. Undo. What is foopus? I'm gonna Google that on the other screen just in case. It doesn't even appear. Oh, Foo Pass. It's a mountain range. Let's not use that. Anyway, what were we doing? I was complaining about comfy designs, but so be it. Metagrossite lets the Iron Leg Pokemon Mega evolve. That one's just pretty straightforward. Okay, I think I have too many clues in this clue. The SS Aqua port of call, known for its lighthouse, is what Olivine City is. Doduo, Wheezing, or Zvelos, for example, two-faced. Obama Snow's favored weather condition is hail. That's pretty straightforward.
Mm-hmm.
It uses its hair instead of its muscles, instead of in lieu of muscles. Am I spelling that correct? Oh, I forgot the word in. Am I spelling that right? In lieu of. Yes. Grimmsnarl. Inari Okami, Japanese fox deity, which is potentially the inspiration for Landers. We just gotta live with that clue. Twister is a dragon type move that can hit Pokemon using fly. Pokemon Ranger. It's infamous. Psychoanalyst is what Sabrina might have been if she chose medicine. That one was written by the AI, and it's not great.
Yeah.
I'm using question mark to indicate that it's a bad clue. That's not what the question mark's meant to mean, but a first stage evolution that grows to have 20 distinct forms. Pokemon Yellow, or the Pikachu Nintendo 64, might be called Pikachu. This clue is too verbose, but Pikachu editions. Don's hometown is Sandgem Town. It fails if used on or by genderless Pokemon. Attract. Also, what was the other one? But whatever.
Captivate.
Captivate, yeah. Different number of letters. Someone says... that's a good point. Pokemon Yellow and the Pikachu Nintendo 64 might be called Pikachu editions. Reasonable. The Sword Dex entry says that Grimmsnarl's hair enhances its muscles. Oh, let's fact check this. Fact check. Pokedex entries. Enhance its muscles. Oh, good catch. Yes, and that's technically true. It's only Don's hometown unless you're playing as Don. Then it's Lucas. Whoa, what have I done? Lucas says. Where is it? Grimmsnarl. Where's he gone? There he is. It uses its hair to enhance its muscles. Technically speaking. Thank you, chat. Attract fails if used on or by genderless Pokemon. T-Bolt is Ash's Pikachu's Sig move. I think that is a fair description of Thunderbolt, and then Sig is a reasonable enough abbreviation indicator. No, I appreciate the pedantry. If it weren't for the pedantry, then this crossword would be wrong, and we can't have that. But I think we're just about done here because Bouffalant's hairstyle is an afro. It's the only four-letter word that's a hairstyle.
We're good.
I think we've made a crossword. Thank you, chat. Thank you, friendos. Kind of an anticlimactic ending to this stream, but I think we're done. So I just need to save this. I need to get it published somewhere on the internet, so you can give it to all your friends. So look out. I'll make a community post. I mean, when this VOD goes live, I'll put it in the description, obviously. But yeah, thanks for joining us. Those of you who were in chat, thank you for contributing. Those of you who have contributed. I don't have anything else to say at the end of the stream, so I think I'll just end it there. Goodbye, everyone. Oh, I guess are we going to do this again? Are we going to do this again, Thomas? I don't know. There's a lot of work.
Do it. You could do it again with a different grid or a different, bigger puzzle or something. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how people...
see how the reception is to this first.
See how people like the crossword. Maybe I'll do this again. It was more work than I was expecting.
And it can be done with any kind of theme, too.
You know, we started the stream thinking maybe we'd do a bigger grid, and yet even filling this tiny grid took a while. So, I don't know. Bye.